Krom laughs at your sky god. How do you like this light? It's a nice light. Can we boost it up a bit? Boost it up. That'll do. So back to this. Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown. Now, who we got in the house? Make yourself known. Sean Pellegrino and Liam Murphy, Mikey Higgins in the heat of the night. Sounds strange. Are you feeling alright? Eddie Greenhurst. Yeah, I haven't tuned it. Hobby boys, we're gonna get hopefully get Andito Banderas Wallace in here to the mix. And she's got a good gang you in there, 23 of you. Oh ho 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 tonight. I see the Vipers out there making videos in fucking London there. Oh ho ho. I make Mark Mulholland was saying, oh here, it's put on a lot of weight, man. I'm like, it's probably well fed on fucking Caesar, the dog food. I think he had a guy called Paul Reed who was he was in the film The Ritual, and yeah, fair play to him. Good actor, man. Good actor. So well done, Jim. Fair play, Chris Dorda. If you're watching this, hope you're getting on well, mate. Hope you're living life, just not letting the breeze of life knock your course. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing well. Winston, someone has joined Sting's Digest. You can join that here. Michael Malloy, any cans? Kieran Cummins. Can you do Pulp Fiction on the guitar? I used to play it about 8 years ago. No, is the answer to that question. Bayern Munich let me down 70 quid today. The Nazi bastard, says take TQ. Any Grand National fucking winners, lads? Cowboys getting no sex tonight. Oh, Shawnee's in the mix. Fancy old electric guitar today. Oh, the old Fender Stratocaster. Oh, what good is it to me? Can't play it live. I haven't really been playing much tunes lately. There's the fucking touch. Ashton Touchner. Do you ever get pumped? Do you ever get pumped? Sorry, but I just wanted to do a bit of that. I did Rachel Blackmore, legend. Well, here he is, Jared Lushner. Schoolboy fantasy, lose control of all my faculties. Anyone is on the mix, it's a Saturday night. How are you getting on, man? Cannot fucking hear you. Cannot hear you.
Sorry, my mic was off. How you doing?
Hello, let me see.
Hello. Can everyone hear me? Where's the...
Are you muted?
Oh, here we go.
You have to check your mic settings there.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
It was the one thing he didn't want to happen. Hot bit of Fender there. It's a nice touch, man. It's a nice touch. Can you hear you both? Oh,
1 2
yeah,
1
actually,
2 1 2.
you know, my problem is I haven't put the headphones in. I was
thinking, what could it be?
Well, that'll teach me, I suppose. Can got these lovely pink ensembles. Sorry about that, Andy, mate. I fucked that one up, mate. We've lost someone. A couple of people just couldn't handle it. They were like, "Oh, there's too much fucking about here." And they'd be right. It's a warm up. Hello.
I couldn't handle the power shredding.
Exactly. This was. I'm a bit rusty. I've been trying to use some of these jam tracks to a couple of tunes, man. A couple of like, take it away. The moments to make up a dull day. Fritter and waste your mother on a chain. Whatever that means. So who got in? Fucking Dirk and gimping it up, man. Oh ho ho. Fucking Shawneen. Hello Kitty headphones. Hello Shawneen. We got Andy Wallace, the main man. Tell me this, Krom. Does he laugh at your sky god?
Yeah, he's powerful in his mountain.
Yeah, he's a Krom. You know, I was recently playing Conan the Barbarian, Conan Exiles. Well, recently, probably fucking 4 months ago, but time flies.
Is that any good?
It's all right, but every time you get killed, you lose a good bit of progress. And I was like, I ain't got the time for this, man. I've been conditioned to just going straight back into the action, picking up everything that I've enjoyed before being temporarily taken out of the game.
Permadeath job, is it?
Yeah, no, not permadeath, but like if you've crafted weapons painstakingly, you've lost them unless there's some way around it. It took me a while to figure it out, but it's good crack. But apparently, once you get really into it, it's good. But you've been playing Days Gone, Andy. I told you about the PS Now. They have that deal at the moment. I recommend any of you followers out there of a PlayStation 4 who haven't played it because you've seen me streaming it, and I really like it. Thoughts?
Does anyone in the chat know what the crack with Camp Copeland is? They're not fucking giving me any money. You turn in all the bounties and they just don't give you anything for it. So it's like, what's the point? Might as well give them to the other woman.
Yeah, do it, man. Tucker Carlson, Ada Tucker.
Yeah, Camp Tucker.
Yeah, but she's a slave driver, man.
Oh, yeah. She's been like that girl ran away. Is that what it is?
Yeah. How far into the game are you?
Not very. I'm like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff to unravel in that, man. It's a great game, but wait till you just get into the hordemanship, just where like later on you go blasting hordes. It's fucking great crack. Challenge is good fun as well, man. I'm enjoying that. Good crack. Couple of rock gods right there, says Josh. TH Storny and Torrington.
Josh knows.
Graham Russell, the only shoes I could find in the gaff, man. Spinning the toes of Graham Russell. A lot of good regulars in the house tonight. Tonight, Andy, I was like, I'm off the beer for a bit, just give myself a bit of a sabbatica from the toxicity levels that I have been incurring in recent times. But tonight, after I drop the kids off, man, I mean, as much as I love those kids to bits and would take a bullet for them, any given Monday, never begging for a rain check. You know what I'm saying? I've basically come out with so many cliched parental things. Like my mother used to say, "Pick up that. Do you know where do you think the laundry comes from?" It was that crack of just, if I throw this garment on the floor, it will magically rematerialize, clean and folded in a cupboard. So it's that kind of crack. And
I find myself saying, even to myself, like, put it away. Don't put it down. Put it away. In my head, I always think that. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Don't put it down, put it away. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's words I could have lived with myself. And the mutant says, not down with this near beer talk. No, mate, next Sunday I will be breaking the armistice and enjoying a good few Lutioners. But just needed to fucking chill a bit, man, because it's the daftness that goes along with the pints, like house parties, man. And I just need to. I'm going to give it to you. It's kind of bollocks. But we, fucking now and again, you just got to get the head together. And I tell you, it feels no different. But you were saying recently that when you gave it up
there's a 3-week mark where you start to like get real deep sleep. Like, and then once you get to the month of not drinking, it's just you're back to normal.
Real deep sleep and never fucking stop me, mate. Never stop me at all. Jared Lushner knows well the crack. He abstains periodically from the sauce, baby. I was watching a bit of Andito Banderas here. He told me about I was back on the way to Brighton a couple of years ago, wasn't it? When we were doing you were doing a gig there with Lucy in the Prince Albert pub. And you were saying to me, "Oh man, Nuno this, Nuno that," and I was like, "Mate, I've got to stop you there. Who is this Nuno that I speak of?" And yeah, it was Nuno Betancourt from Extreme. And after I started listening to that, couldn't stop listening to anything else I couldn't listen to anything else for about 6 months.
He's a fucking wizard, man. He's like, he's obviously he's found some button or some setting on the guitar that nobody else has seen. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't get it, man. Have you seen that Take Us Alive tour from Boston in 2009?
Bits of it. I've seen bits of it. I've seen them live myself in the Astoria before they knocked it down in Tottenham Court Road. But yeah, it was one of the best gigs I've ever seen in my life.
You seen them out in Tottenham Court Road?
Yeah, it's like years ago. It must have been.
I can't understand how someone can be that fucking skillful, man. Do you know what I mean? And he does it all. He sings, he writes, he fucking shreds. He's got all the little gimmick himself and Pat Badger, the bassist, doing a little bit of pre-rehearsed.
Pat Badger.
Pat Badger, man. He's it's a beautiful name. I was thinking about I should start a band maybe with yourself when all this shit, when's that going to happen? Called the Electric Badgers.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
I like
the
yeah. If you're over here, man, well, actually, there was a good stint of gigging over here, and then Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Cross the Beans, and it was what Swedish lockdown like. It's a half lockdown. Basically, you can go to the pub until they kick you out at 8:30, but until October last year, it was pubs open, nightclubs closed, and when you go into a bar, like what they started doing is just. Because it was like, I think it was like 6 people per table. Then what they were doing is you could fucking be a bit shit for musicians because you couldn't play music. So they were turning the stage into a drinking area in every place to get the coin. So
Sorry, man, I was just gonna say something. Does Sweden have like a mega IKEA that like the mothership one?
The mothership.
Like, is there like one main one that they've got?
It's a very good question, actually. It's a very insightful question. I don't know. I think they got 2 of them around Stockholm that are pretty big. But I think all the IKEAs nowadays just model themselves off the one. There's one called Kungens Kurva, which is just south of Stockholm. And yeah. I want to do loads of this kind of. Huh?
Show me the headstock. Show me the headstock on that. When did you get that?
Got this about 5 years ago.
Can I see the machine heads? Can you turn it around? Oh, lovely.
Made in the USA. I tell you what, the ex-wife gave me some shite about this for years. You're always buying toys and stuff for yourself. What about me? Or what about all those handbags and shoes? Do you know what I mean? And I'd be like this going, baby. That's fucking out of tune, man. I was watching Rage Against the Machine in Chile in 2010. Fuck me, man, what a gig that was. The whole crowd was just bouncing. It was like if you put a load of dust on top of a speaker and just cranked it up.
Yeah, funnily enough, I was watching one of their live gigs last night, actually. I was having a few beers. You know, and you go those little mini YouTube concerts to yourself. You're just like, I just went down a little rabbit hole of live gigs. And it was Woodstock 99, I think, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah, is that when fucking Limp Bizkit trashed the gaff? I want to break stuff. And then they ended up burning the whole place down, and it just didn't have the same vibe that they wanted them to.
Yeah, it was like the opposite of what they wanted to happen.
Have you ever watched this TV show, which I'm quite enjoying watching lately? It's basically it's called Bad Tenants and Rogue Landlords. And there's a dude in it called Paul Champlino. I think he's about maybe like 5'3", but he's like, don't worry about it. All right, I've served the eviction notice. And there's another guy, right? His name is Chris Sharp, right? And he's like this, and he's from it must be up like Lancashire way. And he's like, I've dealt with these kind of people before, and these are the worst kind of people. So I've served the eviction notice. They didn't answer the door, but I managed to slip it under the door. They have 2 weeks to vacate the premises before the bailiffs are called in, and it's fucking great crack. But this guy, Paul Champlina, fucking he's brilliant, man. So I was for the bird. I was going to draw
take it away, all that stuff. I find it fascinating how these people fucking justify their existence. They're like, oh, you got to pay it, otherwise we'll come.
Well, no. To be fair to this lad, man, what happens is landlords, right? They get themselves into a bit of bother by a lot of the time. They try and sort someone out and do a solid for them, and then they just take the piss and stop paying rent. So basically, you have people who have another property and they're trying to make a few quid renting out a house, and then like they're fucking 5 to 6 grand in debt. So some of them have actually been homeless while people have been living in their places. So these guys come in and they like have to get them out basically. And Zach Richard says, "Rest in peace, DMX. It's a sad doing, man. Bigger loss to the world, DMX or Prince Philly. They're scrapping on the way up to heaven now. I don't know if Prince Philip was going to get there though.
I don't think Prince Philip would have been a fan of DMX, to be fair. Like,
no. Do you reckon Prince Philip has gone? His soul has gone to Dimension X, and he's now hanging out with Krang and Shredder in the Technodrome, just going, "Where my foot soldiers at? Where my foot soldiers at? Yo, where my foot soldiers at?"
He's in that bit of glass in Superman. Which Superman is it? The one with Richard Pryor, where he's like spinning through space.
Talking Richard Pryor, the fuck motherfucking Superman free.
He's spinning through space, making racist comments from his fucking. Oh, what's that thing called? Someone in the chat. So, what was the bit of glass called in Superman where they put all the wrong uns?
Was it the cube with?
It was something the
game show.
Oh no, the Cube. What's that? Have you seen Danny Dyer's new game show? I've not watched it. It looks incredible.
Danny Dyer's got a game show, man.
Oh mate, you've got to see it.
This is a proper natty one, right? It's a natty one. I've got a couple of numbers bods out there, right, to think up a concept, and I'm basically the man behind the game. I call it Danny Dyer's Magical Mystery Adventure Tour, featuring contestants who coming out to win a few ponies, couple of pounds. Now I'm going to have a little chat with that mob up there. Danny Dyer, man, I love the way... I've been watching a good bit of EastEnders lately. And I fucking noticed that, there's a paedophile thing with Danny Dyer where I was in school and I got my teacher pregnant. Now I've got a daughter. It's all been a victim and all this. But you can imagine, like, the writers of EastEnders was like, so, basically the producer like, okay, Danny Dyer, a really tough, like, he's a gritty man's man. He gets touched up by a nonce. And he's like, whoa, slow down. I ain't doing this, mate. I'm fucking doing this. And what happens is he's like, only one condition I'll do it if it was a bird. And I reckon that might have been the crack. We seem to have lost Andy there, mate. Do you like Enda Kenny? I met Enda Kenny once. And he's like, oh, geez, you're one of the boys you're one of the Hardy boys. And I was like, clearly, I haven't fucking seen the show, Enda. Haven't seen it. What happened to Andito Banderas, man? He's back. Jared Lushing at the stream.
Sorry about that, guy. I think it's my internet.
The internet you've got a couple of Paul Champlainers going on in there, man.
Oh, it's muck. It's muck.
Muck Mulholland.
It is, yeah. All right, I'll send you this trailer. I don't know if I can stream stuff to the videos to the stream. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Here, open this.
Okay, 1 second. I'm having a bit of grief. Oh, it's the wrong string, that's why. Bear with me, I just want to tune this up so I can break into a bit of... If I can. This is what happens when you buy shit off Instagram. I was like, oh, this is brilliant. It's a capo and a tuner in one. And what happens is they break after a bit. Because I fell for the slick marketing campaign of like, boom, bam, dum, 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 tuner in it. And then I was like, oh, that's fucking brilliant, man. And then went to Music Maker where this guitar came from. And they were selling better ones for 10 quid cheaper. I was like, nice one, mate. I got fucking done by Instagram drop shippers who probably never have gone anywhere near the fucking products that are on sale. It just comes straight from Jiping province in Belindavsville, China.
Can't go wrong with AliExpress. I'm liking Banggood recently. Banggood.com. It's quite good for buying cheap.
Banggood?
Cannibolic says Purple Hacky sneaks in and bums a lot of them.
Well, I'll tell one thing about fucking Purple Hacky, right? It's proper cerebral, proper natty, probably do your nutting. Is everyone looking forward to getting these vaccine passports thing? That's gonna be a great laugh. You can't come in. Your passport is out of date by 2 minutes. Go and get yourself jabbed there, good lad. If you want your fucking Smithwick's blonde, go and get jabbed. Tony Houlihan's got a place up the road. Go into him. He'll give you the touch. Luke O'Neill's doing a fucking guest slot in Whelan's tonight. He's being joined by Keela, the band. They're going doing the fucking magical fucking vaccination tour with the band, the vaccines, courtesy of fucking Toya Wilcox and Brian Adams. What the fuck is going on here, man? Like, I can't. Sorry about this. Have you got your guitar there, Andy?
Yeah, I got an acoustic in the. Gonna play a bit of Guess the Riff. Go on, give us a riff. And then we'll have to guess it.
I've got a Les Paul over there, actually. I took up out the basement. Gold top. Get gold top, baby. Andy Wallace. Actually, get the guitar out, man. We'll fucking do a bit of the old. I'm so shit on the guitar lately. I haven't been doing anything. Just want to play flashy Nuno shit, but he's been playing since he was about 5. Grew up in a house full of musicians. I didn't have a fucking CD player until I was 17. Got that for Crimbo, didn't I? But as soon as I got one, started buying records like a madman. Got all the best ones: Busted, McFly, fucking Britney Spears, Pink, all the big ones.
First album you bought?
First album I bought? Jeez, I don't know, man. Probably The Best of the Beatles.
Oh man,
I don't know.
Did you watch any of the recent Alan Partridge? The one where he's it's like the
Mid-Morning
one show.
Matters.
No, it was after.
Oh yeah,
that.
no, I've seen a bit of it.
One.
I've seen a bit of it, like, but it was kind of like the one show. Didn't see that any good.
It was good. It wasn't called The One Show. It was like let's take off The One Show.
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. Call and response, dueling tars.
Yeah, do a riff and see if people in the chat can guess it. Like any riff, myself included.
Okay, let me see. Oh fuck! I have to go.
I have mine out.
Fuck yeah. Any buzzing? Class, Tiny. Fair play to you, any buzzing? Has anyone got that one?
Oh, that's Rory Gallagher. No, fuck.
And is that the wizard? Oh, yeah.
1-0.
Sabbath, super note.
Yeah, hard tune. Leave it. Wait.
Now gone.
Fuck.
Unknown.
Right, 1-0. Jesus Christ.
Kicks got it as well.
Yeah.
Spandau Ballet. You leave us at so hot. You playing Spandau Ballet?
Spandau Ballet.
Yeah.
What's the one that goes? that's not Spandau Ballet. Who's that? Duran Duran.
Oh man. Richard O'Connell, the King of Kerry, the King Crab. Man, so this is brilliant, man. There seems to be no lag at all. We can actually jam in real time.
All right, that doesn't. All right, your turn. Your one. Riff.
Okay, let me see if I can get this one. Fuck, I haven't played it for a while. All right. Fuck yeah. Hold on. Let me just remember. Fuck yeah.
DNR, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses, something Midnight Train. Or
Night Train. Good job.
Let
me break out the letter. Hold on. Let me break out the LP. Hold on. I'm fucking ages since I got that one. Question is she still in tune?
Probably a gold top. Famous for their sustain.
Little Wing.
Alright.
Let's see if this is in tune. Obviously not. Fuck's sake. This bad boy got in New York 10 years ago. Zebra Coil 1960 gold top reissue.
That's a guitar.
Yeah. Jamming it up on the edge of tomorrow. Thirsty weather. It is indeed, Toe Cutter. It's the thirstiest weather I've had in a long time.
I like the Mad Max reference there as well. Toe Cutter.
Toe Cutter, yeah.
One of the Smegma crazies.
Smegma crazies and gay boy berserkers. Do you know what the name of the blonde lad who was cruising around on the back of the bike with Vernon Wells was?
I don't know.
His name was the Golden Youth. I was always very confused about him. I didn't get what the crack was when I was a kid. Oh, this was down tuned to fucking. Oh, well, I suppose out of tune anyway, so it makes no odds.
Johnny the Boy, yeah, he's dead right.
Johnny the Boy.
Cannonball says we need to get some bass. Yep. Fucking.
If anyone wants to fucking jump in and play a bit of bass, so Sean Cunningham from Wallasey. All right there, Sean, mate. Hey, Sean, jump in for a chat, man. I wouldn't mind catching up with you. Get on there, lad. Fucking St. Mary's, Purple Lackey, and the Boo Radleys, and apparently Miss Corcoran was having an affair with the sixth former. Yeah. So we'll bring it. Sean, jump on there and have a chat with us, mate. Be fucking great. Is right, lad. Got John Callahan on here and all that. So I got a bit carried away. I mean, Sean's a fucking legend. We went to the Osnum camp back in 2000. Oh, no, back fucking 1995.
Is that similar to Camp Copeland, or is that a different camp?
Camp Copeland, yeah. We were cutting off a couple of zombies' ears and selling them for fucking pocket money. Getting a couple of bags of thingies and some stingers, mate. Going down a cherry tree centre that was opened up by fucking Cilla Black.
Whose real name is Cilla White?
Yeah, Priscilla White, wasn't it? Oh, come on, you fucking bastard.
The great humongous is kind and generous, just walk away. Exactly.
do you remember that meme you sent me about Lord Humongous? What was it? Progressive policies, LGBT friendly. Lord Humongous. Still sounds way out, man. The strings are fucked on this. I don't think I've changed in about 3 years. This is in the basement for fucking ages as well. I can't actually see what the hell's going on here with this. Like, check this out. This is, it just temporarily comes on and it's fucked, man. Can't see what it's telling me. I'm not happy with it.
You buy twice.
Yeah, you buy thrice in some cases. I was thinking about drawing live on the stream, drawing Paul Champlina from Paul Champlina
from fuck.
I'm doing the wrong string again. God, I'm a right noodlehead, man. Should get on the pints. What am I doing here? Oh, mate, I've confused myself.
I'm just googling Paul Champlina.
That's a picture I want to draw, man.
He looks like a
Karen
ball bag.
Yeah, Karen and Sean, please jump in. You were in the same year, and Skazool. Jump in there, the pair of you, man. Wait till you meet Karen Trevor and Sean Cunningham, two of my favourite people from Warlacey. Go round and see me dad, mate. He lives on the summit. You can't even go for pints down in Wetherspoons no more. I'd get me dad on here, but he doesn't even know how to work a computer. Fuck is going on here, man? I'm so confused. Oh yeah, that's the problem.
Sean Pellegrino, it was tuned to drop B and then fell out of tune.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I was tuning the wrong fucking strings. You see, the nice thing about the Fender is just they're all. That's a fucking. You gotta watch a G. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Matt Maloney and Eddie Wallace going crazy. For the love of Prince Philip. You know, I'm really gutted about Prince Philip, man. He had his whole life ahead of him.
Yeah, good die young, mate.
You know what? The sad thing about it, he was only a year away from getting a letter from the Queen as well.
Yeah. He looks like
a crow.
He looks like if you put the glasses out of They Live, if you put them on, he'd look normal. Like he's
he's a walking Instagram filter.
Joel Dude,
is he dead? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Hey, he's fucking brown bread.
He's checked out of the mortal coil. He's probably gone to get himself a new body. You know, like according to David Icke, he reckons that the Royals just fucking swap skins every now and again. And
fucking infant blood wasn't cutting it anymore. He has to.
Yeah.
Just needs a whole new flesh suit.
He's got a couple of them hanging up in the wardrobe.
Yeah, it's like the back hay. He's got them all lit. All the with the
all the suits.
She won't be long behind him.
Mr. Hard Rocker. That's nice, man. It's been a while since I've been reunited with this bad boy. Yeah, this thing. I got this and I played it with a Black Star amp in Manny's in New York, and the guy was like, "Okay, look, I'll make you a deal, man. It's got a bit of paintwork damage here, so I can knock off $100 for you, man." And I was like, Yeah, okay, I'll take that. It's got a bit of character to it. So I go to the checkout. You know, I went to LA and I played the same model in Guitar Center, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy this. It's gonna be life changing." And yeah, so I went back and got the one from New York. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take it." And he's like, "Oh man, it's an amazing guitar, man. You won't regret this. This is one of the best things you're ever gonna buy in your life." So I went up to the counter. Yeah, so that was $2,000 minus 100 because of the paint damage, plus 100 in tax, takes it to $2,000. I'm like, so it's basically the exact same fucking price. That this is the thing about America, man. It's you just don't pay things straight up. It's like, oh, by the way, that's plus 20%, or it's just such a fucking weird system.
Yeah, I never really got that. Like going to a till and it being a different price than what's advertised on the shelf. I know it's taxes, but at the same time, doesn't really make sense. They just do it out of convention. It's like, that's not how numbers work. And buying things, you tell me how much it is, I'll give you that money. You don't pick it up, take it to the counter, and then it's a different amount. They can fuck off with that.
Yeah, it's bollocks, man. I don't like it at all. Have you got the Lecky guitar there, Andy?
I don't actually. No, I've got.
Shredding lick way beyond his capability. Yeah,
it's
big time.
Tenacious D film, isn't it? Where Ben Stiller's the guy who worked.
Yeah. Each place has different sales tax, bros. Yeah, that is true. But New York seems to be. I mean, it's just fucking. You see, the weird thing is about America for Europeans is we think it's like all going to be the same thing because it's America, but each state is like its own nation within the state. So, do you have the pod? No, I don't, mate. If you're talking about the Pod XT, the multi effects pedal, this is just straight into the amp. I've got a load of effects pedals. Yeah, I did as well, man. You'd always see lads in pubs who were like, "Oh, I've got the pod, all right. Yeah, this is the Pod XT2, and it has all the reverb and the delay, the chorus. It's got the flanger, the phaser, and it's very handy because you can patch that in there. I really want to get one of those RC 30s as well. They're quite handy. The loop pedals.
Remember the late 90s, the thing to have, or maybe early 2000s, was the Korg Pandora. The Zoom was after that. The Korg Pandora is the size of a fag packet. Absolutely unreal.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, there's other stuff that's taken it over now, but back then that was for its price point, it was like 150, 200 quid. But I ended up getting rid of it because it didn't have a pedal on it. I wanted a pedal for some reason.
1 second. The ex-wife, have you not noticed that Ellis is really sick? Cheers for that, Graham, lad. And I'm like, no, he was fine, though he was fairly tired. This is the joys of post-divorce life. It's you never shut them when you have kids. I mean that with utmost sincerity and respect. The little Big Muff serious tones, yeah. I must get one of them actually. Cheers for that, Graham, for the old super chat there, mate. Appreciate that. You're
RCP 90 from Sean Thornton. I'm going to Google that, mate.
What was it? The RCP 90 from GoldenEye Tasty Unit. Digitech Whammy. Yeah. That's the old Tom Morello special.
Yeah, that's one
I always wanted to get one of them. I always wanted, and there was the Rat as well. The Rat pedal. There's a load of them. I fucking just haven't got right. I want to get myself a proper pedal board.
I've googled that, expecting an actual fucking pedal, but it's a reference to the computer game on the N64.
It was a tasty.
I was a pedal I've not heard of. I was like, oh man, I wonder what that's like.
Do you remember the fucking was it the what are they called? Electrolux pedals. Electro harmonics. That was the one. The Jimi Hendrix one used to get. Did you ever play the Spritzer Crybaby O'Neill? Cadence Levesque. It's a fucking Gibson, hey. All the way from stateside, USA.
It's the Irish podcast, Story Lads.
Oh, you jerk. Oh, mate, we got Shawnee and Cunningham in the house. What a lovely ditty. All right there, Sean, mate. You look and sound like me.
You all right, lad? Less hair. A little bit less hair.
I'm chasing you there, man. It's getting, you know what I mean? I'll be going to Turkey to get the transplants done, and I'll just get some unnecessary hair on the cheeks there.
Oh, yeah. Love all that. And
Sean, and also, a lot of people don't know this, though, because obviously you're a new guest to the show, and you're, for me, I'm like, oh, sure, man, but Sean's family are from Achill Ireland, so like myself, he was a ginger Irish lad growing up in Wallasey.
nothing down for us, was there, mate?
Yeah, it wasn't. Me, Andy, Sean, Andy.
Nice to meet you, man.
And you were in the same year as Karen Trevor, who was in the mixer, but I think Karen had. Do you remember Lee Thomas, Sean?
Our little pal Lee, yeah.
Little Lee,
Little
yeah.
Dale Road.
Fucking Lee from Seacombe. It's not Seacombe. Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't Seacombe because you lived in the next street, didn't you?
I did do, yeah.
Was that Seacombe or was it Liscard still? Because was it Seacombe? I wouldn't have classed it as Seacombe. It was just on the tasty side of Wallasey.
Oh, whatever it was.
Nah, it was all right down there, mate. But I hadn't seen Lee since I left school. I heard he was talking shit about me as soon as I fucking left. But myself and John Halewood, back in '99 when I was over at that time when I met you in Wallasey, we rang up Lee Thomas to prank call him, saying that we were Claire Trevor. And I was like, "Hello, is Lee there, please?" And his mum answered,
is that a relation to Karen's, is it?
Yeah, her older sister. And I was like, rang the mother answer goes, "Hello, is Lee there, please?" She goes, "Who's speaking?" "Claire Trevor." And then she goes, "Hey, Claire Trevor." And she goes, "Hold on a minute, I'll get him." And he goes, "Hello." And Karen's down there. So Lee answers, and I go, "Hello, Lee." And he goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he went, Will you get into Marie O'Connor?" "No." "Will you get into me?" "No." I went, "Why not?" "'Cause you're ugly." "Okay, cheers, Lee, bye." And apparently, Claire got word of that and got pissed off at me. I ain't spoken to her since. It's been 22 years ago. Bless
Went down well, mate.
Did, yeah. Wouldn't be the first time I pissed someone off. Karen Trevor, I remember that. Karen, jump on for a chat, man. You and talk about school. We used to have there was what was his name? Mr. Martindale, the chemistry teacher. We used to call him Blinky Bill because he kept blinking the whole time.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's vague memories now of school. I can't really remember a lot from it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy how that's a good 26 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Thought we were well old back then when we were 12. That time we went to the Osmond camp.
Oh, worst place ever.
Who was the lad who...
Remember that stampede and everyone ran over you in the mud and you were all fucked up and we had to go to the first aid place.
Yeah, but what I did is I pretended that I was really fucked up and everyone was I'm so sorry.
Yeah, when we got there, you were like, "No, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm all right."
Put on a great scene. Like, I was like, "Ugh." And they're like, "Oh, do you want a pound? I'll give you a pound, mate." And afterwards, like, "I was fine." But who was the lad who was crying over the dead mole?
I don't know. Was it not you? No.
No, there was a lad who was in your year called I was like this. Oh, there's the mole from Animals of Far from Wood, mate.
I remember the dead mole. I can't remember who was crying.
His name was Philly. He was in your year. He was a sound lad, man. His name was Philip, I think. See, to give the people in the crowd a bit of context, we went to this thing called the Osnam camp in Wales, which was good crack. All the Wallasey lads. We just got sunburnt by Zombie Lake. But the ghost stories were flying. There was apparently a white lady who haunted the lake at the bottom of the campsite. It was like a football field, and beyond that, there was like
just a white lady.
Yeah, the white lady.
Yeah, the white lady.
Just a white lady.
Yeah,
Not very scary.
She was a ghost who'd walk
Especially like
around crying.
I remember you used to walk around the lake screaming "white lady," like really high pitched.
Wanking. We got Graham Russell here. He's privy to the realms of the northwest tonight. He said, "Ask Sean about Purple Aki growing up."
Oh, it's a sore subject.
What did he ask you to show you your muscles?
Yeah, do some squats.
He was caught on video recently. Someone sent me a video of like him doing it to some kid, some bloke, and he videotaped it on his phone. Yeah, like he's like the only time he's been caught in the act, and that was like recently.
He's still on it,
now. Sorry, turn this fucking thing off. She's of no benefit to us. Sorry about that, lads.
He's asking him how much he benches and shit. He's like, "Oh, how much do you bench?" He's like, "Oh,
that's his chat supply."
That's his MO.
The funny thing is, Sean, right? Back, it was like a supernatural figure. I didn't know
he was real. I was an adult. I thought it was just a joke.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a real person until I seen him at Birkenhead. I was like, "Fucking hell, it's real."
Yeah, because if you the thing is, if you go into Earlston Cemetery, there's this really old unmarked like grave. It just doesn't say anything but Blenko Blackie, and it's got no date, but it's like a really green kind of mossy looking old stone. It was a bit creepy. So that was apparently where the legend of Purple Aki was, because that was always in ghost stories around the Wirral and Liverpool. Was like, I remember hearing a lad at the Osland camp saying, "Yes," and I walked in kind of halfway in to near the end of the story and was like, "Yeah," and he turned around and he was in the church and all this like purple smoke started coming up. He stood behind them and fucking purple.
Like the Undertaker?
Yeah, like the Undertaker. But they ripped that off James Herbert's The Fog. Was it? Oh no, John Carpenter's The Fog, where like at the end of it, the fog comes under the door and then he turns around and they're all there. We're like, fucking scared the shit out of me, that did. But and then it turns out it was just like a dude who was a wrong'un. They called Purple Aki.
Squeeze your muscles.
Which I think is scarier again.
I'm far more scared of the real Purple Aki. Like.
Yeah. I mean, like he's. But at the same time, I would be disappointed if he didn't ask me to show him my muscles, because. Especially if I'd been, my gains were solid at that time, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, hey, here you go, Aki, mate, have a fucking go at that, la. Trying to squeeze me pectorals. What about me doubts?" So, are you in Wallasey still?
No, Beddington I live now, mate.
Ooh, nice part of the world, that is. Port Sunlight and all that.
That's it. Well, I'm the security manager at Unilever now. So just up the road now.
And do you go back to Wallasey much? Is the family still there?
My ma and Billy and that are all still over there. Like, so I was over there today.
Good crack.
Yeah. They get a load of flagstone. Billy's coming to help me do. How's your dad anyway? How's Vinny?
He's all right. I haven't spoken to him for a few weeks. He sounds like.
Does he just hold up?
Well, yeah. I mean, like my dad loves the crack, and the laughter. So I think he's going a bit bored. Like I remember like a year ago when all this shit started with the corona and all that, I said to him, I go, "What would you do if you got corona?" And he goes, "Fucking have a bottle of whiskey and sweat it out to fuck."
Oh man,
he's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was dead right, man. But as Trisha said, nothing ever grew on a pickle.
What's that mean?
It's in like if you preserve something in pickles or spirits,
pickle the shit out of it. Out of it, like
not grow on it.
It's a good theory to live by, I suppose, isn't it?
It is. Are you Everton or Liverpool?
Liverpool.
I thought so. Yeah. Did they beat Aston Villa today?
Yeah, just about scraped it, like.
Shocking
at the moment, mate.
Yeah, well, what do you reckon the crack is with? Do you reckon the lads were a bit? They just went on the piss all year after winning the league, or what? Too much
Don't know
pressure.
what it is. I mean, it's just knackered, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
just. I think it's just a lot of fatigue, to be honest with you, and then a few injuries and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's taking its toll on them, innit?
Did you go down when they won? Did you go to Liverpool when they? Did you go down to
They
Anfield?
didn't have any, they didn't have anything on. There was nothing going on because of the pandemic.
But
So
did you not
didn't
go for
even.
the unofficial crack?
No, I couldn't be seen doing something like that now,
Fair
Mark.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, mate. So seeing a couple of moody fireworks going off in the background and all.
Talking of movies, I could not believe it. Well, it's, you know what, a message on Facebook a few months back.
What, the
Fucking sitting
Vikings?
there watching Vikings, and you popped up. Just
Yeah.
looking at the telly, it's like, fuck off, Martin. You're doing on Vikings.
Kept that one quiet.
Well, I've just been under a rock, haven't I?
Yeah, well, same as me. There's there was another thing called Valhalla. I was onto the casting agency if I get a little touch in that, but apparently, I should have just fucking got onto them directly instead of waiting for the agent to do it, because I probably would have got more of a response. I had a couple of. I'm on these things. These are like extra strong snooze that I was given by a woman who was just. She was obviously. I won't mention any names, but she had in her shop. She sells this, but because it's in town, all the tourism's gone. So she's just having to throw out stock. And I went, oh, I could take a couple of them off you. So she only had the fucking extra strong one. So the man feels like he's just had about 7 cigarettes after eating or after taking one. What's it say here? Sean Foreman says, my construction foreman said he had the Rona for 5 weeks in January 2020 and reckons Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey whiskey cured him.
Yeah.
Killer or cured.
There you go.
You ever try it? Yeah. Tell Sky News that Jack Daniel's honey, man. Fucking put out there. What are you up to there in the middle, Andy?
Just looking at
I'm jumping off.
Sean, thanks for jumping on and joining us, man. Give us a shout later
good
on.
to speak to you.
Yeah, likewise, mate.
All right, mate. Take it easy.
All right, good luck. Tell the family and say hello to them as well.
Will do. Cheers, mate. Take care.
Right, good luck, Sean. Thanks for joining, mate.
Ta-ra.
Bye, mate. That was a nice little touch getting Sean. I haven't spoken to him for fucking ages, man. He's a good lad, a solid contender. Who should we? I've got to send a text message as well. I'm just gonna. But any other insights there or any crack, Andy?
Yeah, whiskey helped. The only thing that really helped me was hot lemons, bit of Jameson, Manuka honey, lemon, bit of cloves if you got them. Back of the cupboard.
Was it proper shite when you got it?
Oh man, it was horrible. I was on my back for like a month. Well, a couple of weeks initially, and then just another fucking month of recovery. It's the cardio, man. I need to get my lungs back up to 100%, but yeah, that will come.
1 second. Bear with me. Oh, sorry. Good, that's that done. Yeah, as well.
How's your boy? Is he all right? Is he
I haven't heard back. He didn't seem that bad to me. He seemed a bit tired. He slept in a bit longer than usual, but her criteria for being sick is, the threshold for her is a lot lower than mine. She's like, I've got a cold. I'm like, yeah. I think she's had about 16.
Cures all the bad stuff.
You know what?
He is the bad stuff, mate.
Yeah, I like some of the villainy he just come out with. Like, I think for me, I stopped when he said he threatened a picture of his flute and a hard on. He's like, anyone goes near my girlfriend, they'd get this. And I was just like, nah, it's a bit too much, mate.
Is it his actual dick?
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to send you a picture of his dick. I think the whole girlfriend thing was
excuse.
pretext. Yeah.
Girlfriend.
I didn't know he had a missus.
Yeah. Did you win anything on the national? Did you do? Mark was doing a few bets today. I didn't put anything on it. I'm not into the horses. I just can't be fucking arsed. I mean, I remember my dad used to always be, I mean, dad loves the horses, and every Saturday it'd be the sound of Channel 4's. And I was just, yeah, horse racing for me, it just bores me senseless.
Is that woman that presents it now?
No.
Who looks like the back end of a bus who presents it? What's her name?
Oh, Vanessa Redgrave.
No, it might be.
Blonde girl.
Ask the chat. Yeah, who's the woman that looks like a bloke that presents the horse racing?
She's got the physique of Jerry Flannery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never really got into it, man. Horse racing just reminds me of pubs and really depressing bookie shops. I mean, bookie shops for me, I was just like, you walk in and there's nothing in. Like, as a kid, there was nothing a bookie shop had that interested me apart from those little pencils.
Yeah, I was going to say we'd steal the pens and run out, but yeah, it just smelled like despair, the whole fucking place. Yeah,
it was just so, and it just couldn't fucking do it, man. Anytime we go into a bookie shop, it's nothing but screens and papers and gambling. And do your business and head out, Martin, says G Unit. Yeah, I'll have to fucking hit the road soon enough, I think. But it has been nice. It's just a bit of good crack. Like I didn't go in with any, like some. It's probably best to like theme the streams, but sometimes my head does be so fucking exhausted that just the simple sitting down and planning out a theme, don't even have the energy for that. I'm more of a see where we go and do broad strokes. Land home. I run a bookies. Yeah, I mean, if you own a bookies or a load of them, you'll make some fucking nice coin for yourself. Do you know what I watched recently? And I haven't seen it since 2004, and I never figured out what happened. There was this lad who, what was his fucking name again? Can't remember. He basically sold everything he owned, and he goes out to Las Vegas, and he puts everything on red or black. And I remember he had a meeting with an owner of a casino, and you want to see how what a shrewd businessman this guy was. He's like, so basically what I want is red or black. And he's like, I can't do that. There has to be the 2 greens, 2 zeros. I have to do that. I can't do that. And he's like, yeah, but the whole thing is like the red or the black. Yeah, I can't do that.
No, that pushes the odds out of the house's favor. Then if they do.
Yeah, but I don't know if they did that or not. But yeah, I was waiting like 16 years. I watched it on YouTube, and I was like, did he make it in the end? One of the most, I'll have to. What's his name again?
Something to do with expectation value. Every bet on the table has the same expectation value because of the green. If they removed that, then and
it is even.
It would be random, yeah. Like it would.
Oh, what was it? Bet everything. Had it the other day. It took me a good while ago. Ashley something, was it? Ashley Revel. Ashley Revel, born in Maidstone, Kent, 1971, is an English gambler. In 2004, he sold all his possessions, including his clothes, and gambled $135,000 on a single spin of a roulette wheel in Plaza Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas. The ball ended up on 7, and Revel doubled his money to $270,000. Yeah, I actually got to put that link in the chat because it was. I remember it going. Back in the day with TV, if you missed it, that was it. There was no coming back to it and seeing what happened. Is this the one? Oh, he's got a channel here on YouTube, but it's all pretty much there.
Who's that?
Yeah, here it's from 14 years ago. It's still got, you can tell it's old because it's got that Windows Movie Maker blue and white writing. You know it's old when you see that, lad. You know it's old. I watched a really cool documentary again recently called. I'll tell you the name of this lad as well. It was an amazing. I'll actually put the link to the chat as well. I recommend it. If you're just sitting back and having it feels like you've basically done a few weeks of cycling in America in about an hour and a half. But it's a guy called Ryan Van Duzer, who
Some great names coming out tonight. Ryan
Van Duzer. But
Pat
it's just Pat Badger, Ryan Van Duzer, Ashley Revel. He don't like the coffees. But he basically he'd just cycled from the Canadian border, and his plan was to go to Mexico. It's called the Great Divide, but unfortunately, New Mexico had COVID laws, which meant anyone coming into the state had to quarantine, so he had to cut it short. But there was a bit of drama where, like, this is my friend John and his dog Mira, and then there's some sort of beef. There was another lad from the Dominican Republic, a Soundskin, who was following them, and you could tell like he was slowing them down, and the other guy was like, "No, fuck this, I'm leaving." So there was but you just see before he left, he was on his own cycling, and then he just goes, "Nah, fuck this." But it's worth watching. I guess it's a bit like life itself. Not allowed to. Landorma says here, not allowed to do that with being a regulated company, but you wouldn't be allowed to do that now. I don't know what that's. If that was about.
So I think that was in reference to the roulette wheel or something. I don't know. Oh,
right, yeah. Yeah, I mean that was a lucky spin. I mean, what was he going to do if he didn't win? You know what I mean? He's like got nothing left. But Channel 4 have given him a few quid for making it. Do you reckon?
Sorry, I think that's cutting out.
Do you reckon Channel 4 would have given him a few quid for doing the show?
Oh man, the shit that's on Channel 4 recently, like who knows what the fuck they're doing. Although I do like their website, the 4OD. I've been going back over the old Adam and Joe episodes.
Yeah, I was about to say Adam and Joe, and please, if anybody can find this link, because I've looked for ages. Again, something I missed, but there was an episode where they had Buffalo G, who was Shane Lynch's sister and the girls from Bewitched, younger sister. They were doing this thing called Two Girls from Dublin, really saying something. They would do all these backflips and all that. But Adam and Joe got them onto the show to be like, and this is to take us away for the end of the night is Buffalo G. So they start off and it goes, Two Girls from Dublin. And they break into it, but they just put their own end credits music over it while the girls are dancing about.
So good.
So it was like, and they're just jumping around, but I never got to finish that.
The one where Ken Corder tries to start his own pop group, and like he puts adverts in the paper for people to apply to be in his pop group, and he gets actual people to come in. It's so funny. He called the group 1471.
A reference to for anyone in the States, it used to be a thing where if someone would ring your house phone, you want to know who it was, you would go 1471.
Star 69 they have.
Oh, Star 69, yeah.
Yeah, it's
a bit more
way
fucking,
better than 1471 because it's got like 69 in it.
And it was 69 in it. It's funny, I was watching this thing called my mate Herman was over yesterday, and we were watching Quintet 3. Eddie Bravo's team was it. It was Team Polaris, fucking who else was in it? Team Alpha Male, who won it, and Eddie Bravo's 10th Planet was all non-gi teams of 5 competing against each other. It's fucking amazing, man. But there was, what the fuck was the point? I've just gone off on one again, man. Sorry. Oh yeah, there's a move in grappling and probably BJJ called the North-South, where basically you spin around, so you've got like. It's like one person's facing this way, the other person's facing that way, and you try and get them in a grip. But it was like funny how they never called that the 69. No, he's got him into the 69 position, and he's really going at it hard. There is no let up. These guys are really strong. Their work ethic is unimaginably dedicated, and the 69 hold has really taken place here. We're coming to a climactic finish between the two grapplers. Yeah. Are you going to post a Paddy Pimlet podcast soon? Sorry. Yeah, I will. I've got to actually ring Paddy and say, look, mate, I've had a very fucking tumultuous few months of it. Yeah. So I'll get sorted on that. You were saying, sorry, Andy.
Can't remember now. Oh, yeah. A friend of mine, talking about like jiu-jitsu, a friend of mine, he goes jogging near London where he lives, and there's this forest. And there's a load of Polish lads that do a fight club in the middle of the forest. So he jogs past, sees them all kicking the shit out of each other. They're all stood in a circle.
Have Have you got a link for it?
No, it's not. He hasn't filmed it. He just told me about it. He's like, man, there's a Polish fight club in the forest near where I live.
No
He
way.
says, but afterwards they'll just sit and drink cans after kicking the shit out of each other. It's
Nice,
wild.
man. Fight
They've
club
got
shit.
broken eyes and like bloody noses.
For me, this is no problem. I
Yeah,
don't need hospital. I broke this is fine. It make me look strong. But there's a fucking brilliant Polish. I think it's Polish or Russian. It's called Team Ultimate Fight Club or something. Team Ultimate Fighting Championships. Gentlemen, get ready. And then it's like 5 dudes on 5, and it's all like football hooligans going in 5 against 5, and they just fucking wail on each other. But there was this one group of lads called Team Wiseman from Gothenburg, Sweden, and they're just like lads who consider themselves as being football hooligans, and like their background is like street fighting. One guy we call the Tree. Yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna just like show them how it's done. Like we really are strong guys. And then they go in against these fucking monsters from like Poland, and some of them like they can't reveal their identity, so they're just wearing like ski masks as they're going in and like this, and they batter these. I think one of them had like their special fucking training was the windmill, where they just go in and fucking windmill people.
What's this? A Polish guy has just banged someone out in the UFC. Fucking doesn't surprise me. Tough cunt.
There was a really good guy called Marcin Hald, who was a Polish guy who was in this grappling competition yesterday. But he's one of the best leg lock dudes in fucking MMA. But that's all he did, man. He kept going for leg locks on people. He got an armbar. There's 2 brothers called I think Gio and Richie Martinez from 10th Planet, and man, check it out. It's worth watching to hear the fucking MC on this thing, because it sounds like Danny Moher. It's like, yeah, check it out. If you got the UFC Fight Pass, it's probably up on. Is it on YouTube? If it is, I'll stick that into the link as well.
The women's butt slapping championships is great.
You know. It's a free match. Yeah, it's you got the Team Polaris versus 10th Planet. This is worth watching. But when I was watching it, it reminded me of how much of my time I spent doing grappling and all that. And I really want to get back into it, because I've let the fucking fitness slide a good bit.
Grappling the flute.
Grappling the flute. Just really pushing for the squirt. Oh. Lizzo won that in 2020. The women, it's I was thinking that like there was my daughter today. She was pointing out like someone had fucking spray painted a wall with some shite, and she goes, "Look at that! What does that even mean?" I went, "I don't know, but I tell you what, I'd like to do to that arsehole who wrote that. Put him over my knee and spank his bare ass while people film it. Can you imagine how humiliating it would be as like." To be as a man, to be spanked. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd love to get Bill Gates, pull his pants down and spank his bare ass, man. Do you know what I mean? You're like, what are you doing? You can't do this to me. Just like the shame of it. And just to add to extra spiciness, just have like lads standing around going, ha ha. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of corporal punishment they need to bring back to young
people throwing money, like the end of Requiem for a Dream. People do that.
Ass to ass. Lads holding torches. Yeah, you'd have to get Corky Ford, the actor, into that. Just to today we're going to be spanking Bill Gates. He's like, just get some, those Russian lads who do those slapping competitions, just to fucking slap their ass. And then at the end of it, just roast some marshmallows over the heat. Actually, speaking of which, it was a very, kind of like how the Viper Higgins got punished in Series 3, actually.
Human centipede style, exactly. Do you remember watching that for the first time?
I haven't watched that. I looked at the synopsis and I was like, so there's a sequel.
Yeah, there's a third one.
A third one, man. Fuck. I mean, this is the state of filmmaking these days.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, well, I was going to say, I watched the first Purge movie because I've never seen any of them. Watched that.
That was quite good. I enjoyed that.
Well, the thing is, it was a fucking great idea. It was a great concept from a business point of view because it was a block movie. It was all shot on one block. Meet the Fockers, all these guys I said to you, and they all Save the Cat. Blake Snyder. For any of you aspiring film writers,
I've got the book. I've not read it. I need to fucking.
Yeah, it's good. For me, like basically what happened with me and Hardy Books is once you get paid for writing, it's fucking hard to do it for free afterwards. Same with acting. When people are like, I mean, I've got a couple of friends over here who are fucking onto me to get making new ideas, and it's just like once you've done it professionally, it's very fucking hard to do it for free, and that's just it'd be like, you know, I suppose, like, to be fair, I think I enjoy the music more than I do TV. Really, it's more crack. But I don't know, man. Look, the TV's good crack as well. Like I said, I just don't like I don't like the all or nothing business side of it. It's like if you can't make it, it's like you're never working in the town again. Your reputation is ruined. You're never gonna work. You have to be there. If you're not there, you can fuck off. A bit like the time when Harvey Weinstein was trying to get that Portuguese chick. Well, different, but it's that same kind of business mentality where it's like, no, I don't want to go up. I can't do this. It's like, look, 5 minutes. All I ask is 5 minutes. Come up to the hotel. You are making a scene. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassed. No, I don't want to do this. No, you were embarrassing me. Okay, you will never work in this town again. I will never see you again. Goodbye. Yep, goodbye. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Is that kind of like that same weird like I remember hearing a story about our first assistant director was telling us he was working as a third AD on King Arthur. Shot, what was it, like 2003? And someone had parked their car in the middle of a set for Camelot. So they were like, "We need to get this car out of here now. We need to get the car out of here." And they were about to smash the window of the car to lift the handbrake and push it away. And it was a couple of years ago. I just seen like King Arthur was in like a fucking second-hand shop going for like £2. You know, so it's like someone's car nearly got smashed. And at the end of the day, it was just, you know, it's fucking comes and goes. It's the weird thing about like TV production. The shoot is it's the only thing that matters in the world when you're on it, and then a couple of years later, it's all forgotten about.
Yeah, it must be weird.
Yes,
the
amount
of work that goes into it as well. Just couldn't even to organize that many fucking people. I mean, I was in a band for years, and getting 5 people in the same place is impossible. So I don't know how people do it with a TV show. You got like fucking 50 people in one place, extras and all.
Sorry about this.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
Play some licks while you're doing that.
I'm done now.
All right.
I ripped the gooch out myself cutting the lawn the other day. ... How'd
you do that?
It's a bad old doing. It's a bad old doing.
Be more careful.
When he goes on the phone, it looks like he's nodding off.
He's nodding out. He's on the fucking. He's on the horse.
He's on the Mary J. Blige, whatever that means. Have you got any Blige, man? Does anyone else want to join in for an old chat for the crack? Get a bit of a scene going on. Sean Pellegrino, yeah, jump in then, Sean. We'll have the crack with you, lad.
Have you completed Days Gone? Right,
no, I haven't actually. Martin's getting text from Prince Philip. He ain't dead. He's hiding. Just needed a bit of fucking. Just needed to chill for a bit. Hell nah. Yeah, jump in for the crack, man. Yeah, Days Gone. Like I kind of did what I did with Witcher 4 and Fallout 4. I haven't completed them because I was like, I really want to fucking get the best out of this. But the thing is with RPG games, if you don't play them for a while and then you come back to them, you've completely forgotten about what the hell was going on.
Yeah, that's what someone was saying on Reddit. There needs to be like an adult setting where when you log in, you haven't logged in for a while, it just tells you the buttons and basically what's going on with the plot. Because people are too fucking busy. Like, what?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Like, like last time on fucking,
Yeah,
like,
a little recap of what the fuck you're doing. It's like the amount of times I've started Witcher 3 and been like, well, I don't know what's going on here. Like, feels like I've walked into a film halfway through.
Yeah, I think I'm about 10 hours off completing it. But I did
Witcher.
I did nearly every side quest going. Battlefield Hardline has that class. Oh yeah, I didn't play much Battlefield, but Battlefield I think EA uses the same engine as Battlefront. I remember when I first got the PlayStation 4 and Battlefront was on. I was like, oh, this looks fucking class, man! Look at the graphics, whoa! And then after a while, I was like, then I got Fallout 4, and I have never opened Frontline ever again. And also, I was doing a job on a house for a guy who works at EA, and he actually gave me a brand new copy of Battlefield 1. Never fucking opened it. I mean, I don't know. I think Battlefront versus Frostbite Engine, says RB. But Maloney man, fair play, says Isaac Whelan. But yeah, I just never fucking like Modern Warfare and Battlefield. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just EA games, man. They're a bit shite. Battlefield 4 was unreal. Yeah, I don't know. It's more of a, and even Modern Warfare. I haven't played that lately online. Kind of like Modern Warfare 2 for me. All they needed to do was just re-release that. A couple of new levels, and people would have been. Well,
they will. They're going to remaster that for sure. Like, guaranteed money for them. They did the first one.
Yeah, but then Warzone came out then, and it was one of them handy little pay-for-play numbers. But I think they did that with the first one as well, didn't they? They brought in that kind of buying skins and all that. Dr. David should jump in, Dr. David. You like this lad, Andy? He's on a nice cerebral wavelength, and he plays as well.
I'm pretty sure I met him last time, did I? He was on.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, sorry, you did. Yeah. See this thing here?
Is that your vibrator?
It is. Yeah, just put that right up the Ronson.
Up the prison pocket.
Up the prison pocket. Tickles the prostate, and no, that's actually an eraser, a highlight eraser. I got into doing like. Do you know what I'm going to do? Right, I'm going to get a picture of Paul Champlino, and I'm going to draw, because I was supposed to do this. I'm going to draw a proper picture of Paul Champlino. Let me just, for anyone who doesn't know who Paul Champlino is, I'm gonna show you.
I was looking at a picture of him there. He looks like a fucking right odious ball bag.
Odious. But he seems sound enough, to be honest with you, man. Here he is. I'm gonna Paul Champlino.
Look at that. You wouldn't buy a car from him.
He seems decent, man. When you've been watching enough of it, like some of the people they're genuinely fucking in need of getting cunts out of their house. I seem a bit more pensive. You what, mate? This was him circa 2004, I assume.
Jesus Christ.
He looks like he could have been in a Bros tribute band.
He looks haunted.
Will I be famous? There he is, Dr. David. He knows it all about Bros. Unmute the mic. Can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Well, there you go.
David.
He's there. We know he's there.
He's playing coy with us.
He's playing a bit of Mystic Meg's Saturday night national lottery job. Ooh, the numbers 12, 7, and 15 have come to mind. That represents fortitude and honor.
Do you remember that shite?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, Mystic Meg, she knows the fucking score. With the balls. I heard Mystic Meg was tickling the balls for good luck. I'd say Mystic Meg.
He looks like someone who's been on the white stuff for a few decades. Are you talking about me or Paul Champloo, whatever his fucking name is?
Paul Champlino.
Paul Champlino.
Yeah, that is a fucking great one, man. It's a great one. He's like
Swiss Tony.
Swiss Tony. Oh, this is a great one. This is a really good one, man.
He looks like, do you know the end of Weird Science where she turns Bill Paxton into that fucking Toad man? He looks like that.
Oh, man, he reminds me of like a benevolent goblin character. You know what I mean? Like something from Harry Potter or something.
He looks like someone you get a quest from in Fable.
Do you know what's fucking brilliant, man? I seen this. There's this link someone had put up on YouTube where it was like taking like some. Let's see if I can find it, man. Let's see if
Chet Cannibolics, yeah, exactly. Chet. Couldn't think of the name.
Should jump on Sean for the crack one. Like, was it Oblivion NPC IRL? This woman.
Oh, is that the one who's having a go at him about the ladder?
Yeah, it's just...
It's very funny. I don't know if it's real though, but it's very funny.
Man, there's a compilation of them. Oh, let's see.
He looks like the gender assignment machine got stuck and had to reboot.
Gaza and Snooker Murphy had full sex. Chris Perez. Oh, Chrissy Perez. He looked like he had fetal alcohol system. And, oh, no way, man. He just looks like maybe he comes from. He's got lineage from Saxony. There he is. How you doing?
Hey. He's got a proper mic and everything.
That lad's a music boy. He's got high fidelity.
Yeah, I enjoy a bit of fidelity, all right. Hang on, I just have to mute this other one. Oh, wait, there we go. Wait, hang on. Which one am I supposed to be looking at? Am I looking at the right one? Wait, no, I had the YouTube open as well. So just
good stuff. You're in the back in the zone. So while we're all having a little chat, right? I'm going to find some paper here and try and draw Paul Champlina. Are you familiar, David, with Bad Tenants and Channel 5's Bad Tenants and Rogue Landlords at all?
Am I familiar with it? No, I think the last thing I saw on Channel 4 was
Red Shoe Diaries.
It was the Red Shoe Diaries, the remake
with David Duchovny.
Yeah, that was basically porn, if I remember.
He's a bit of a dirty bastard, isn't he? Fucking David Duchovny. I'd say he's a dark horse in real life.
He's a novelist as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he did a master's thesis on Samuel Beckett.
Oh, Beckett.
So
not enlightens the mood like a bit of Samuel Beckett.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, the Tenants thing. It's one of those Channel 4 kind of class baiting things, isn't it?
Yeah, they're good at that. Channel 4, we're not like ITV. Saying that, I'd rather Channel 4 news to ITV news. I was always a question like we used to always say to Tordov. I was like, "What were you a CITV or a CBBC kid?" Like, oh, CBBC. I was like, "Yeah." CITV was like for kids who ate shreddies.
Live and Kicking had better cartoons than the what was the other one? CD UK. Yeah, Live and Kicking had like X-Men and Spider-Man, all that. I don't think CITV had. CITV had Batman, which fucking animated Batman was shite.
Feet of Clay. I remember that episode was a 2-parter. Very emotional when your man turned into a big blobby man made of clay. What was his name? The clay dude.
Clayface.
Claymore.
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken.
Maybe that was
Claymore.
Like we all come from clay or something.
Yeah. The biblical chat.
Yeah, there was one Captain Planet episode where they went to Northern Ireland.
Oh man!
Yeah.
When the UVF got hold of a nuclear bomb and they're going to bomb a bakery with a nuke.
That was only half based on a true story, though.
That's a good Protestant name if ever there was one.
It's all kind of kicking off now up there.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. The negotiations for a united Ireland are kind of underway, and it looks nearly inevitable, I think.
Imagine the party after that. Fucking
What is it? Is it? You reckon that there's going to be the United Islanders coming pretty soon? Is it?
Well, it kind of looks that way because I'm not sure whether whether Westminster wants to hold on to it anymore. It's probably very, very expensive for them, and probably basically amounts to a huge amount of problems for them. So whether they want to hold on to it or not, I mean, because if they want to hold on to it, they will.
Who England will?
Yeah, I think so.
To be honest with you, I don't know why the fuck England would bother. Really, it just seems to be considering like a lot of from a. It's more of a liability than an asset to them.
Well, I mean, it's a big drain on their exchequer, I think, because the biggest employer is the public service.
Yeah, that's true.
There, so I don't really know how, but also I don't really know how it would work. I mean, because in 1927, you just told a bunch of people who lived in Ireland, suddenly you live in Northern Ireland, and then now they're maybe going to tell them in a few years, yeah, you live in Ireland again now. So it's a big shift for them, really, and I don't think it's going to be without huge problems like social problems and economic problems. It has to be.
Well, I mean, even to be honest, like from a fiscal point of view, I don't know how Ireland itself is going to pay. It's going to be quite a big, like whoever has it, it's going to be. Well, if Ireland comes into it already in fucking debt, I don't know how it's going to absorb. Well, at least Northern Ireland has better roads. Do you know what I mean?
But it's a really different. I mean, it's its own entity. It's not actually. I'm not even sure if it's easy to define as a territory. It's not a country. It's in between a few different things. So I don't really know how.
It's an area.
Kind of. It's most of a province basically. So I'm not really sure how it would work to subsume it into another country because people have sort of seceded, but I don't think anyone has ever incorporated in modern history has ever incorporated.
The reunification of Germany is the only thing you could really liken it to.
Yeah, and maybe Italy in like whatever it was 1879 or something. But I mean, it must be a bit of a real grey area.
Well,
can I interrupt that?
Before I go on?
So can I interrupt that for quite a mad fucking story here? Paul Champlina, founder of Landlord Action, the landlord's legal representatives that carried out the evictions, told us, "We carried out the eviction this morning with the bailiffs from the court. This has been a complete nightmare for the landlord as he's lost over £34,000 in rent and has suffered a breakdown because of the stress caused by tenants not paying him the rent and various incidents at the flat where he's received numerous complaints. Unfortunately, he was too understanding to Mr. Burns' problems, which resulted in him being owed over £34,000 and lost so much time as well as affecting his own time." Champlina continued, "Obviously, it's harder for the landlord as he used to live in that property, so he has an emotional tie to it." So it turns out Paul Champlina evicted the deceased Pete Burns from Dead or Alive.
How could he live with himself after that? Who'd evict Pete Burns?
Fucking Pete Burns, I've got problems and all that, and I can't pay the rent on time. You're telling me I'll get his money? Sorry, lad, or Pete, or whatever your name is. We can't actually let you stay there. He's had a breakdown. So, yeah.
Is he not rich from all that "you spin me round" money? Is he not still getting residuals?
Dead now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He died last year, didn't he?
The grimmest thing I think I've ever seen is that program, Can't Pay, Will Take It Away.
Yeah.
Which is...
is it American or is it English?
It's English.
English.
It may be an American one, but like it's really well, it's kind of class baiting as well. But it's one of the most. The Undateables was the other one, which sort of had this lens of that it was caring about people, but actually it was just like incredibly voyeuristic. And
it's completely exploitative. X Factor's exploitative. It's
going back to Northern Ireland. Sorry, go on. Go on. Sorry, I was going to say one more thing on Northern Ireland, then I'm done.
Oh, I was going to say, they talk about Jeremy Kyle was taken off the air because apparently one of the people on it who was going for it killed himself. And if you remember that Ariel, the holistic vocal coach from X Factor, who did that little medley. Apparently she fucking stabbed herself in the neck with a knife and died last year. And some of the people were saying that she never recovered from, in fucking public, I suppose, mass fucking humiliation. I mean, it's not an easy place to be if you've, you're on compilations of never-ending failed X Factor auditions, and it's like, whatever, sweetheart.
It's back to that whole thing where public executions just have a different form now.
Yeah, they do.
We kind of like to. It's like these people are like weirdly kind of like Christ figures. They sort of, they die for all our sins, pretty much. And yet, I mean, there's a huge appetite for it as well. I think it was Caroline Flack was the most recent public execution.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Like I think the media generally, I always have a fucking pop at them, but there's just no accountability whatsoever. I mean, I think that time with that whole Millie Dowling thing in England, I think one was it Rebecca Brooks. She was the one who was overseeing that, but obviously some stooge down the ladder took the fall for that.
The idea that it's people like it and it's everyone's a grown up, I don't think really necessarily flies, because people are very susceptible to certain things, especially the promise of some degree of notoriety, and people are very fragile. It's the same way people get recruited into cults.
Yeah.
There's something in them that they need some kind of validation, and as a result they'll give everything to do it. I mean, Big Brother was an example of that. It was kind of it was like an offshoot of that 90s lad culture.
Stuff. Yeah, I mean, I suppose nowadays with the advent of social media and that kind of thing, it basically allows people to become I suppose well known or have some notoriety without actually having to go through the process of being educated in a craft that would lead you to professional music or broadcasting or entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
most children say what they want to be when they grow up. Most children now say famous.
Wow.
It's as nebulous as saying I want to be a millionaire. Like it's some sort of, you just sign up to a fucking job agency. It's like, okay, now you're congratulations, you've now become a millionaire.
I suppose, like, social media has created the idea that you can be a millionaire through really kind of just existing, just sort of being seen, which is sort of a dangerous idea, because the thing is, it probably does work for one out of every 200 million people. It's like people who go to Hollywood to become actors.
Yeah,
the amount of success stories, which are minimal, sort of sustains the rest in that kind of madness.
It's like the UK National Lottery's old slogan, "It could be you."
Yeah, or it's extremely unlikely that it will be you.
It should be their new slogan. That'd be fucking brilliant. You're not going to win, so don't even bother.
I'd suggest that you might as well not buy a ticket, because you're less likely to win if you don't.
Yeah, the funny thing is, you have the odds of you becoming a millionaire through your own cunning and determination are probably more likely, a lot more likely than if you play the lottery. Gunch Van Leeuwen's in the house.
I mean, I think it's the American dream idea has sort of like gone over the whole world, and it's a dangerous idea, because all it does is it props up extremely wealthy people on the continued efforts of people who are probably never really going to get very far.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you get people in America like voting Republican, because people that earn like £40,000 a year, like hating poor people because they think they're in the club. They are. We shouldn't pay any tax. You know what I mean? Even though I earn 40K, I shouldn't pay any tax on that. It's like, well, mate, you're not in the club. I don't fucking. It's you against them. Like, they don't give a shit about you. You're a useful idiot to these people.
Yeah, I think it's just I don't even think it's that binary, or you know what I mean. I think politics attracts a certain type of fucking. It's very, you've got the rare kind who are basically, okay, I want to try and make a positive change in the world, and probably quickly become disillusioned with how many checks and balances there are, and barriers lying in their way towards achieving noble ambitions like that. But I think basically, whether it's left or right, keep the crack going. Come on, Shawnee. Thanks for the superb chat. But I think that basically, you said before, Andy, which was probably the most insightful thing about presidents and heads of state, basically just becoming like the manager at a Burger King.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and another thing they do is they somehow bequeath their jobs to their wives when they don't want to do it anymore. It's like they've got like a weird royal family over there where rich people in America can somehow just pass their jobs over to members of their family. Like fucking Trump's daughter, what the fuck was she doing? Like she makes handbags, and all of a sudden she's, some fucking stateswoman.
Or Kushner.
Jared.
Yeah, he's a fucking. Don't trust him, man. He's too sweet to be wholesome. He looks like he's gonna fucking. It looks like if you scrape his face of that, you'll see like some sort of reptile skin. And he's like, "Fuck this! I'm off to the mothership." Boom. Yeah. Have you seen? There's a sequel to War of the Worlds on Amazon. Has anyone seen that?
No,
Sorry, what did you say?
Have you seen the sequel to War of the Worlds, War of the Worlds 2 on Amazon?
I thought all the Martians died at the end of the first. So, spoiler alert! Anyone who's not read that 150-year-old book, all the Martians die at the end. Like,
well, War of the Worlds 2.
They get the fucking flu. That's the shittest end for a book ever.
Yeah, well,
At the end of this book, I've seen Alan Partridge where Michael says, War of the Worlds. He's like, Wild Woods. Like, I do enjoy these chats in the morning.
Alan's fun fact: crab snakes don't actually contain crab.
Sometimes quite hard to understand the Geordie people. Alan is a fantastic example of a Brexit voter. He is Little England.
With
his Tudor garage.
Loves petrol stations. Loves forecourts.
It's like Barry Homeowner. That character, Bob Mortimer's character, Barry Homeowner. His whole thing is just that he owns a house and he hangs out at hanging out at petrol stations is just an incredible thing that Alan would do. He really admires petrol stations.
Yeah. There's some great in-depth knowledge or some great in-depth insights and nuances to their observation of petrol stations. It's like I've got 50 bottles of windscreen cleaner.
The nice array of pasties there.
Ginster's pasties. I'll tell you a story. When I was 16, my auntie-in-law, Maureen, she said, "Now go in there and get a load of pasties for the lads at the job." They got some lovely fresh pasties in there. she parked up by a petrol station and didn't tell me that there was a bakery there. So naturally enough, she gave me 20 quid to go in and buy a whole load of pasties and buns. I didn't see the bakery, walked right past it into a total garage and just bought a shitload of Ginster's pasties. And she went, "What the hell are these?" I went, "You told me to go and get pasties. There's a bakery right there, for God's sake." So I was like, wasn't very popular that day, I tell you.
You ever been brave enough to get one of those burgers from a petrol station? The ones in the
ranchers.
Yeah.
They're all right, man. Like, funny enough, the same woman used to make me them when I was a kid when I'd be sleeping over. I fucking loved them, man. They were great. Rustlers.
I think serial killers primarily subsist on those.
They subsist on them.
Yeah. And Chicago Town microwave pizza.
Oh God! Oh, like if you're married, you can't have one of those. They won't let you buy one. It's only for couch masturbators.
I thought for a second you were going to say couch masters.
Yeah, couch master would be good. Actually, that is something to put on your Facebook as occupation.
Alan Keane said Ginsters are top buy. Vegan programmer, I'm from Cornwall and Ginsters isn't considered a pasty. I'd say it's probably considered a fucking insult, really. If you, who's your man? Hugh Fernley Whittenstall. The guy who I like. He's got good vibes. That guy, but
he did this.
You are?
Hugh Fearlessly Eats It All was his name for
Yeah,
a while.
Hugh-
Yeah.
Don't forget, later on I'll be cooking Xander that I caught in the canal, and I'll be making woodlouse fritters. But he was making the Cornish pasty, and he was explaining the culture of how they came to be, and he was saying that that what the Cornish would do is they would take their pasty with them, their lunch, and they would leave it in their overall. And he was like, "Ooh, it keeps me nice and warm there. And lunchtime, I'll enjoy that later on." And sure enough, he did. Scotch eggs.
It's
Is
true.
it
Like
the
Tupperware
English
killed that
cousin
whole
of the,
culture of like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is it? The English cousin of the calzone?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Top Gear is the most insidious thing I have ever seen. It's like cannot stand Top Gear.
I watched a recent episode of Top Gear. They had Freddie Flintoff and had Paddy McGuinness. Is oh you and some other fella who I don't know who he is, Steve or something.
I mean the original one with the with Jeremy Clarkson and stuff. Like it's just
See, the whole concept of that was just we're sitting down and you all have to stand up and watch us be bawdy.
I'm being bawdy, Lynn. Enjoy it.
I'm being bawdy.
Yeah, it's
It's all a bit forced, isn't it? It's like, we're lads.
Yeah, but it's
banter.
like it's just
It's like the
strange.
second captains. Like they took that whole stand. Let's just stand around and watch people chat. And it's just like, what a fucking, what a shit concept for the. You come in, you want to be comfortable instead of just like standing around, as in like, oh, we're not obviously worthy enough of, being able to sit in your company. Oh, that's better. Got full frame.
It's and just the particularly the fact that it suggests that it's not scripted and it's very.
Oh, that's the fucking worst part about it, to be honest with you.
It really insults your intelligence because it's kind of telling you, well, this is just spontaneous and unscripted. Middle-aged man, kind of, like it's like the punchline is just the Welsh every time. Like it's really lazy humor too.
I'm more of a Wheeler Dealers man.
Oh, Wheeler Dealers, he was great, man.
Two men on the verge of another breakdown.
Yeah.
Forged in Fire is a classic as well. I don't know if you've ever seen that one where Alan describes it as lonely men make knives.
Story about lonely nights with a Land Rover.
Nothing will ever beat Banged Up Abroad, though.
Oh man, I saw a really fucking great episode of Banged Up Abroad that was a proper nail biter. There was this lad who was working as a peacekeeper in the EU. I don't know if it was the Congo he was working in, but basically his job was to confiscate the weapons that the local militia had been using. So people would come in and they'd turn the weapons in and they would dispose of them and dismantle the weapons. So he'd made an enemy with this local warlord guy, and he said like he knew that there was going to be a bit of Barney rubble ahead for him. And yeah, basically they stormed the compound in the middle of the night, and they said to the Kenyan guys, look, they're like, you're our African brothers. If you let us come in and get these English and Belgian guys, we'll let you go. And I don't know what the deal was, but the Kenyan lads bought them enough time for them to escape over the back of the compound. And like they were ringing the UN headquarters, it was like, nah, you're not getting any backup from us, lads. You're on your own. So they had to, yeah. I'd recommend you check it out because I was watching
at Jadoville as well. O'Brien was just like, sorry, you're breaking up there.
Do you know that siege of Jadoville was one of the, I mean, it's like an Irish Black Hawk Down, man. It's fucking insane.
It was a good film.
Shite Down.
Hawk Down.
But it was, I think the first Banged Up Abroad really was Lawrence of Arabia. I would like to have seen that version. Or maybe St. Patrick, the first Banged Up Abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Welsh, wasn't he? He got kidnapped by the Vikings or some shit.
Yeah,
Did he?
Something like that.
It's kind of mixed with folklore, and it's just that weird moment where like Irishness meets Catholicism, Like, some might consider that, maybe it was something that was made up to convince Irish people that they'd been Catholic all along.
Yeah, well, don't the snakes just represent like pagan traditions and druidic kind of practices? Like, it's not literally snakes,
which are still, I mean, Ireland is still basically it's a pagan country with a veneer of Catholicism. Like even the what people say good luck instead of goodbye. Like good luck means good luck. Goodbye is God be with you. It's like, well, you're choosing the one that's actually pagan, which is good luck.
It's funny because I was reading this Irish legends to my daughter the other day before going to bed. Queen Maeve and Ailill, where they go up to steal the bull from the Red Branch up in Ulster. And it's just some of the most daftest reasons to go fighting. It's like, and the Red Branch boys were under a spell from the Sea Witch, and Cuchulainn was the only lad, and he'd fight every man every day. And they agreed every day they'd come back and fight him. And then they took the bull back anyway, and then the bull ran back. The bull gored Queen Maeve's bull and killed him, and then ran away all the way back to Ulster. And its heart burst as soon as it got there, and they both realized maybe it's better off the stuff we have. Be grateful. I was like, wow, what a random fucking.
But they're great stories, and they weren't really written down until the late 19th century when they were all kind of written down and put together. People collected them, and then suddenly national schools were given those things to teach. And the idea, I suppose, was that like the genders are very powerful. So Satanta was the ideal Irish male, and when people went and played Gaelic, they were sort of becoming these mini Satantas or Cuchulainns. Because the whole thing about Cuchulainn, I suppose, is that like he's honorable as well. When he does kill that dog, he offers to take the dog's place. So the stories we tell our kids are pretty, though I don't have children, are pretty powerful because they kind of give them values inadvertently.
Well, I suppose that Aesop's Fables is some great work.
Yeah, Town Mouse and Country Mouse.
Yeah, Country Mouse is like, fuck this.
Yeah. Those were weirdly moralistic, though.
Yeah,
is that Gil and the Little People? Is that canon? Did that actually happen?
That is only partially based on a true story.
Right.
But there was another. Oh yeah, Oscar Wilde's children's stories are absolutely terrifying. Like Happy Prince. Yeah, it's about a prince made of gold, but he's not actually made of gold. He's actually lead, just covered in gold, and he offers this bird his eyes if you'll just stay with him. And like it's really quite well. A lot of those things are quite dark. A lot of those kids' stories,
yeah, Roald Dahl is all just kids getting hurt.
Well, the Twits is basically domestic abuse. Like like if you were to summarize that, that's kind of what it would be. Not really sure what the point of that is.
He wanted to call it the Twats, but it was a bit he had to change it at the last minute.
Tales of the Unexpected and I still think is great. Like I know it's not cool or fashionable or anything like that, but it's
well written. I've watched a couple recently. I've never seen it before, but like it's
John Gielgud.
Good shit. And Bishop Brennan was in one the other day. That was the one I watched.
Yeah, Jim Norton. Not that Jim Norton. There was another one. There was one called Flypaper. I don't know if you've seen that.
Mm-mm.
It's absolutely one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen.
More scary than the actual fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, which is it's
Brundlefly.
No, Flypaper is it's really like, especially like in that kind of 70s kind of like lurid TV film thing.
Yeah, it's like filmed on a fucking toaster. It's like
yeah. There was one called Thriller. Do you remember that series?
Thriller.
It was
ITV, was it?
Maybe it was kind of cheap. It was like Max Wall was in one, Patrick McGee was in another one. Like they were kind of 30-minute kind of pot boilers. But again, like for some reason when things are cheap, they're even creepier. I don't know why that is.
Well, I think it's because they have to put more effort into the feeling than they do the special effects. and I think that's something that modern day cinema and drama overlooks is the actual. I mean, look at Blair Witch Project. That was what cost about 15 grand to make, and it made millions at the box office.
Did that
And what was that? It was
did that prompt Hardy Books in some way? Because it was the idea of you could just make this with a camera by yourself.
no, not really. We just started doing shit with a camera, really, and yeah, we were always, myself and Chris always wanted to make something like that together.
I mean, around that time, the early noughties, there was a kind of DIY vibe everywhere. It was music. It was
because the technology was available.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, camcorders must have just everything switched over to like digital and MP4, and you didn't have to fuck around with tapes, and you could just do it all on your computer. It must have been.
Because the last found footage one before that was, what was the name of that one?
Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal Holocaust.
What a film!
Yeah, it's culturally significant, but it's it was. I think he got in trouble. I think he was charged.
He did.
Yeah,
he did, but then they took the actors out who were in it to show like that, you know, and they'd also said he was really nice to work with.
They did kill an animal on set, though.
Yeah, apparently wasn't it like they killed a monkey and a turtle gets its shell ripped off or something.
I mean, it's one of those things where like it's shit, but it's influential.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Did you ever see? Did you ever watch Vids on Channel 4?
Oh, that was a little bit before my time, I think.
That's fucking brilliant, man.
That was on after Adam and Joe, wasn't it? On Channel 4. That was on after like night. So you used to go TFI Friday. It was a lot. Adam and Joe.
Yeah. It was a lot more edgier than Adam and Joe. Your man Nigel Buckland, he's the master of the walking talk. Like he was doing a thing where he was doing a review of Hell's Angels with Jack Nicholson, and he just starts a segment off just sniffing the saddle of an old Harley. Because it was about Hell's Angels and stuff. The order of business for shooting was, right, today we're going to go to a motorbike museum in Glasgow. So there's like an old Harley Davidson, and then your man just starts the video off by the segment off by going, "Some Hellcats in Heat, the 1968 classic Hell's Angels with Jack Nicholson." He goes on anyway, and at the end of it, he's just walking through the museum and he goes, "He likes them young, doesn't he? Fat Jack."
Well, that was pretty. I'm surprised they got away with that, but it's weird that Jack Nicholson was in Hell's Angels, then 3 years later in Easy Rider. So it goes from kind of one to the next. But I watched Chinatown a while ago.
Yeah,
it's not the big deal you think it's going to be.
I watched Big Trouble in Little China the other day.
Yeah, I watched it. Oh man, me and my son keep saying to each other, "Pray or your cars are right. We have to talk about it."
Nice.
But he changed it to, "Play your cards right. You must talk about it." I guess he's 4, so he cut him some slack. It's the thought that counts.
Mr. Burton.
That's a nice knife. Nice knife.
I was thinking the other day, someone was
pan.
Someone had just seen Pulp Fiction, one of my friends, for the first time, and he was talking about Christopher Walken's bit, and I realized the reason Christopher Walken plays the guy who comes back from Vietnam is because that's what he did in The Deer Hunter.
Ah.
I never realized that before. It's because he's returned. And I was kind of wondering, like, is there some kind of connection maybe in that universe between The Deer Hunter? I don't know.
They're in the same extended universe.
Bit of a crossover there.
Because Steve Buscemi comes back in Pulp Fiction from Reservoir Dogs because he plays Buddy Holly.
That's right. That was Mr. Pink's sideline. He was just waiting tables.
Yeah,
he was hiding out.
But
he's hiding out after the.
Yeah, like I was wondering, does he get cast as a waiter then? Because remember the first scene is he doesn't tip.
Ah, it's all coming together.
It's wheels within wheels. But Tarantino's such a film nerd. I wouldn't be surprised if he did have some grand plan in place or something.
Yeah, he's a funny old fish, is Tarantino.
Yeah, it
Where
wasn't
he just
mad on the
copies
rap.
off people.
Yeah. Slim Jack Rabbits, it's a wax museum with a pulse. Isn't that what Vince says? She says, like, what
I
do you
can't
think?
remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I
I
love
always
the
preferred
moment.
Reservoir Dogs to that one.
Yeah, I kind of go between them, but I love the moment when Vince looks at Bruce Willis, sorry, Butch, at the bar.
Yeah.
He's like, "You looking at something, friend?" You wait, my friend Palooka. I read somewhere that it's because Butch suspects, or Vince suspects Butch of having keyed his car.
Ah.
Like, I don't know if there's any evidence for that, but I always thought they were reminding each other of the fact that they were just in Look Who's Talking.
That's in the same universe as
Yeah, it is.
as Pulp Fiction. Look Who's Talking.
Well, so was it Bruce Willis and John Travolta were both in that? Were they?
Yeah, they were. I think it was because Bruce Willis had Hudson Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love Hudson Hawk, man. Well, I did when I was a child. I haven't watched it since then, but my memories of it are good.
It was a great film for being on Sky One a good bit, or Sky Movies.
It was, yeah. It's a weird one, but he had released a couple of singles as well.
Who? Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Was it some kind of smooth jazz kind of stuff?
It was
blues.
Yeah, it was.
Delta Blues.
He had an album called
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was the original title. But, actually, the other day I started a class and I had the fucking, I just couldn't get the thing to work, and I said, sorry about that. Gremlins in the system there. Ghosts in
the machine.
Metaphor for good evening. You should really get Sue Cook on here, man.
Yeah, it's like the Cook Report, but a bit more slapstick.
You got to keep the energy up because
knowing me, knowing ME, knowing you, with me, Alan Partridge.
You can really see Tony Hayers trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
in that moment.
Tony Hayers.
You've really not looked into You've really not looked into the eyes of evil until you've seen the eyes of the man who's cancelled your second series.
She's got Buck Rogers' toilet and everything. One yank, all gone.
I never realized something. Alan seems to hate the sound of his own voice.
Really?
Listening to his relaxation tape, like Letting Go with Alan Partridge, he has to turn it off.
I love the way he's using his own voice. It's himself.
Stress has to be combated. Please relax. Can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, I love the way it's like, why are you firing me? Because you do this all the time. Oh, look there, you've done it again. I said to everyone, we couldn't have the Spice Girls. So I said, why don't you get your asses down to the Long Stanton Spice Museum?
When he's behind the door talking to Jill, and he's like, are you just forgiving me in the same way that middle-aged divorcees do, or do you genuinely like me sex-wise? Quickly, and he's going to hide behind the door. Is he about to lock her in if she says no?
Yeah, so he can make an exit out the fire exit, I think, or his escape out the fire exit. And that was to
keep you out, you thief.
So dirty. I mean, all doing just naming different varieties of crisps. Or was it chocolate? I don't know.
Yeah, and he buys the rose for her. And she's like, thanks, man. He's like, keep it. You can always buy me something of equal value. Big marker pen.
Party better.
I remember watching on TV that episode where he what's the one where he goes, "Get away from me, you big spastic, you're a mentalist." That one.
Yeah,
the one.
I remember watching that on TV the first time around and just thinking that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. When he runs away and he bleeps the car alarm. I thought that was just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
it's just such incredible nuance of characterization. Of course, he would still lock the car. It's perfect. I also like when he when he gets annoyed that they're imitating him downstairs and he's walking away with his bag.
Yeah, that's another fucking
It's like,
banger.
straps optional.
Swings it over their heads.
Watch, and he just like really awkwardly picks up a bag of crisps and just throws them down. Just goes, watch it.
Do you know what? You know the one who plays John Cry. He's on a lovely side of a lovely head.
Yeah, Susan.
Yeah, her name in real life is actually Barbara Durkin.
Barbara Durkin.
She was in Spaced, wasn't she? She was
no, you're
that landlady.
Yeah.
That's Jill, is it?
Did you remember Coogan's Run? It was like a different story.
Coogan's Run was great.
I preferred that.
Really great. Yeah,
I think she was also in Brassai when it was like this woman in France. A court ordered that she would urinate on the carpet of the teenager who broke into her house or something. I just see her squatting, looking really serious.
Yeah, she was briefly in that. Coogan's Run was great. Get Calf was brilliant. Paul Calf was a great character.
Yeah.
Bleep in the car.
Tony
I had a friend that crashed his car pissed. He like wrapped it around a tree when he was drunk, and he left it. He's like, didn't want to call it in because obviously he was drunk. But he locked it. He bleeped it as he left, and he reported it stolen. And the police was like, we know it wasn't stolen because it was locked when we got there.
He must have. I know a lad from Swinford. Won't mention any names. He got on the piss in Limerick, and he got so wasted that he just left the car there. He didn't know where he parked it, so he just reported it as being stolen and never seen it again.
I was
probably still there.
I was this close to being infamous. I don't want to be infamous. I want to be
famous.
It's like that Rudyard Kipling poem, If you do X, Y, and Z, Bob's
your uncle. That's fucking brilliant, man.
I've just had a pizza arrive, so I'll have to retire for a while.
Fair play to you, Dave, lad.
That's all, mate. Take it easy.
You too.
Good luck.
I have to get some munch in a bit as well. But
you going for a bit of munch, are you?
In a bit, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to get though.
Gonna have
get the chipper.
You should get a munch punch yogurt.
Call him in a bap.
You're a posh sod with plums in your mouth, and you feed beef burgers to swans. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Do you? Yeah, swans are full of fat. Beef burgers are full of fat. It helps them float. Really? No, you complete cretin.
Oh, Chris Morris is perfect for that. He just has that posh voice down. That's probably his actual voice.
Yeah, it is. I met him that time on. I was going for a Game of Thrones audition, and I met this family from Limerick, and they were like, "Can we get a photograph for your wedding?" And I was like, "Yeah, no worries, man, no worries." And they were like, "Oh, I love the show. I like the show. It's fucking popular in our house." I was like, "Oh, nice one, yeah, sound." And then as I was taking the picture with him on Oxford Street, I see Chris Morris walking past, and I went, "Sorry, I need to get a picture with that man there." So I had to crack with him for a couple. He's very, very cagey, like wouldn't give us "Oh, can I get your email address then?" No. I was like, fair enough. But I mentioned we did Harley Books, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Charlie Brooker was telling me about that." I was like, "Yeah, so he knows about it, but he never gave me didn't give me the touch."
He wrote Nathan Barley with him, didn't he? That was Chris Morris, Charlie Brooker.
So that's you dressed
and
as the preacher. I met Adam and Joe at the Law Sock thing in the Phil in Trinity back in 2000. Myself and Chris, 2003, and they actually, that if you break it, you pay for it. And they were telling me that it was actually Louis Theroux who came up with that idea. Good mates with Louis Theroux.
Yeah, and he came up with the taking the 50% free off all the products.
Oh yeah. Did you
Still makes me laugh to this day.
Did you see Louis Theroux's the film of Tiger King yet?
Yeah, that came out a while ago, didn't it? Was it?
I think it was recent. It was like last week.
Recent. I've not seen the recent one. I know he did one there a few years ago with Joe Exotic. Well, he's been banged up for years, so he had to have been old.
Yeah, well, I think he was only in for a couple of years, wasn't he? Maybe 2 or 3 years. How Carol Baskin, you know, I was serious. I was gonna shoot her, man.
It's so weird though. I just wasn't even sure what I was watching the whole time. I was like, is this real? Is this a
Oh
plot?
wait, it's Vegan Program Associate Through has done another with Tiger King recently. Yeah, it was out. I think it's out on BBC One now.
Yeah, I'll try and get an iPlayer in Ireland's a bit of a hassle, but I found a way to do it. Because VPNs don't work with iPlayer. They've found a way to somehow get around it. But if you use what is it, the new Microsoft Edge browser, it's easier to. For some
Edge
reason,
browser. Is
yeah,
that when you're just wanking and you don't want to blow the beans yet because you don't want? You're thinking there must be something better than this. You know, you just want to finish on the most maximum bang for your buck.
just blue balling yourself.
Getting right close to the edge, like, right, I'm going down the shops now. Gonna go for a job interview.
Yeah, that's the way. That's how you fucking nail a job interview. Is you edge yourself.
Edge yourself beyond the edge of reason. Yeah, that's one way to do it, man. You'd seem really enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
It does help in a way. So, what are you up to for the weekend, Andito Banderas?
Day's gone. I'm gonna try and get a few more hours of that in, and then that's about
Do you know what? It's a fucking sweet way to spend a Saturday.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man. I haven't taken on any hordes yet, but I think they're coming.
Yeah, well, they're a good bit later on in the game. You don't have to worry about them for a good while yet. When you go down south, it all opens up nicely.
Down south.
South with me mouth.
What's that? Are you drawing? What are you drawing?
I'm doing the outline of Paul Champlina. Wait till I mean, I really should just commit to this. So I need to keep the chat going. You know what I mean? So I can keep. Oh, fucking Mikey Reinhardt! Thanks very much, mate. I didn't even see that. That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you. I will. Actually, that was the thing. I really do appreciate that, Mikey. It's very kind. Thank you. That's one thing that I was thinking about doing, which was asking people in the chat who to draw, and then just like crack on and draw. But I think it's otherwise it'll just be me saying
and then
nothing.
not doing it.
No, I'd be drawing away, like, but people would be like, I just have to every now and again just go like this, show it, and then. But I have about 2 years ago I bought a Logitech camera, so if I could fit it somewhat like OBS, but just every time I run OBS on this, it just starts going. So I think if a Mon had a way of having the camera on me and the camera on this as well, I don't know. It's probably a way of doing it. I could probably send a link to my phone and do it like that as well. That's actually a good idea. It's a very good idea. I might see if that works. I'll do it later. Just take me word for it. You hang around, Andy, until I get Champlino done. We'll have the crack. Does anyone else want to jump in for a bit of a chat while we're here? Shawnee, do you want to throw? Oh, Chris Perez, do you want to throw a speedball into the chat? Hop in. Or even Mikey Reinhardt, if you want to jump in and have the crack as well, mate. Let me see.
Quick edge yourself.
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was a big fan of Nuno Betancourt. I remember reading about how they were, as you told me first time, Nuno is Rihanna's guitarist, and they were doing some sort of gig, and Ed Sheeran was like, "Oh, when I was growing up, man, I used to play, used to listen to 3 sides of the story, and Cupid's dead, do headline red, would love to get and munch on a man, Shawnee, getting a bit of a munch going." Draw the Viper. Yeah, maybe I'll draw him on the next session. I should have thought of this sooner. Then I would have got a TV show like McGahan did. Talking to the likes of Luke O'Neill. I mean, what a boring guest to get. I mean, like RTE, man. I've just without they just never do anything that is what's the best way of explaining it?
Mate,
Anything that just thinks outside the box. I think Hardy Books and Savage Eye is probably the most fucking like all their fucking panel shows and TV shows. It's all the same fucking stuff, man.
did you get that screenshot I sent you of like the fucking the RTE TV guide when it was Ryan Tuberty? Ryan Tuberty presents an evening of like fucking, what was his name? Kenny Rogers
And Charlie Pride.
Yeah, fucking hell, I just shoot myself instead.
Well, that was the Friday night entertainment.
Yeah. Oh no, it was the 9th. It was like, oh yeah.
Well, it's either that, man, or they're always bringing in fucking like just really morose subjects, you know, or recycling like RTE luminaries as guests just to promote things that are coming out on the channel itself. Don't bother fucking thinking about it, mate. There's only one Paul Champlina. You got to get on the rogue tenants and bad landlords, man, or bad tenants and rogue landlords. Fucking great stuff. The amount of entertainment it has offered me in recent times. And there's a Polish girl in it called Ozzy. She works for Harrow Town. The Harrow Council are here to investigate a HMO, house of multiple occupancy.
Fucking shithole, Harrow. Fucking shithole.
Yeah. And Barnet as well. Oh, what's the other place? Another one. Where your man Lee Rigby, Woolwich, around there as well.
Yeah.
Barnet. Oh, actually, Barnet's up by Harrow, isn't it?
No, Barnet's North London and Harrow's out on the other, like the west side, isn't it? Like way out. Pot near Heathrow.
I think CSI Steve lives in Harrow.
Where the fuck is Harrow? There we go.
The problem with me, right, whenever I do anything that is really good, it's really difficult to fucking do it again because I know how much time and energy and commitment it takes to get to the end product. But once I get there, I'm like, yeah. I did a picture of my auntie. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll actually show you. It's not the most flattering picture, but it's the character I really like. I did this like 7 years ago.
Dead areas of crime, you're absolutely right. Yeah, who's coming on? Chris Pez is in the waiting room. I don't know how to do it. I'll wait till Martin comes back.
I did a charcoal picture of restaurateur and celebrity MasterChef merchant Dylan McGrath a couple of years ago in charcoal for the crack and sent it to Toad. But I don't know where that
one sec. Chris Pez is in the waiting room. How do you get people out of the waiting room?
Hoya Cross.
Hey,
there he is. What's going on, boys? How are you?
As I live and breathe.
Yeah. Here's the original I did back in, I think it was like 2000. Ask Mike, am I on the move in the second film, Martin? There's
talent, bro. That's talent.
Inside the Misfits. See, look at the hands.
Frame that, mate. How much do you want for it?
Yeah, man. I found them in the box the other day. I was looking for them for years, and here's what I did to my auntie when there's a picture I took of her. She wasn't best pleased.
No, that's not the most flattering photo I've ever seen.
No, but it was, you know, it was realistic though.
I think that's what pissed her off more, though.
Yeah, but it was more so the eyes, like, you know, I just like I like drawing characters, you know, or I like drawing people. We're getting there with it's early days with Champlina. Yeah, we've got the outline going. There's Paul Champlain now getting there. I think the head might be a bit small.
Yeah, that dude. That's the same picture you showed earlier, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that man's able to walk upright with a melon that big.
Are you familiar with that TV program?
I'm not. Who, should I Google it here or what?
Oh, Bad Tenants and Rogue Landlords, man. You have to. He's a fuck. In fairness to him, he's become like a little legend in it. You know, it's like, here he is, Champlainer.
Let me look into him. Bad Tenants
and Rogue Landlords, Channel 5.
It's your new favorite TV. Get the box set. That's better than Game of Thrones.
It's better than Game of Thrones, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I heard you guys talking about St. Patrick earlier, and I think I told Martin this, but Jared, here you go. So when I did the Game of Thrones tour, and we went up from Dublin up to Northern Ireland, and I think on the way back, wherever St. Michael is buried, or St. Patrick is buried, excuse me, that's where I got crowned King of the North for having the most Game of Thrones correct answers on their little ABC question on their multiple choice. I got them all right.
Sick.
It was a good experience. Beautiful.
That's up in where's the set? Where do they film that? In Northern Ireland.
All over the place. Some rich guys like backyard is the land north of the wall, and then we got to go up to Winterfell. Basically, everything's in Northern Ireland, though, so it's all over. And then from there, I went. The last leg of the journey was Iceland, and we got to see some of the places there too. It's great, great, great vacation. I got to tell you.
So you were a fan of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, absolutely, a big one.
Yeah.
What do you think of the last series?
The last season, I didn't. I mean, they rushed it, and it's funny that they rushed it so Din and Dave could start doing Star Wars, and then they got fired off of their Star Wars thing. So, should have taken their time and done it right. But what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
I guess the only thing you can do is draw a picture of Paul Champlain.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely. That's the way to go about it.
Where in the States are you?
I'm just north of Boston right now.
Oh, nice.
Andy did a nice little. You did an American trip there a couple of years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't get to see Boston, unfortunately. I'd love to see.
I'm in the summer. Don't come in the winter.
Cold, is it?
Yeah, it's a bit chilly. I mean, today, with the last 2 weeks, we've had some good weather. It's sunny and 75 Fahrenheit right now, so I'll convert that for you, boys.
Okay, keep your secrets.
75 Fahrenheit degrees into Celsius.
Why can't they just have a fucking universal one?
It's 24 degrees Celsius here.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
24 degrees Celsius.
That's hot.
29.2 or 23.9, yeah.
Fucking hell, that's grand, man.
Yeah.
I remember being in Philadelphia about this time, like 15 years ago, and just been really amazed at how wintry it looks. Like it still looks like spring, but how warm it is. Like I got probably sunburnt, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. Everybody's out doing some yard work and such. The MILF next door is out in the back.
Nice.
The MILF next door.
Yeah, there's some attractive woman that lives over there, but I don't have a good angle on her here. She was outside earlier. I tell you. You ever seen?
Now we gotta see her. Now we have to see her.
I can't show you to her. I can't show her. I don't have any angle here.
Just go knock on the door. Go around her.
I might lose Wi-Fi.
So hey, it's a fucking chance I'm willing to take.
I've never even spoken to this woman before, though. So I can't just show up and be like, "Hey, I'm on an international call here. These lads want to check you out." It'd be weird.
It's for a good cause.
Well, when you say it like that, yeah.
That's true. That is true. What made you want to start drawing these pictures, Mark?
I told the girlfriend I'd draw a picture of Paul Champlain as part of a birthday present.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I may as well do the two things at once. I think it's like a friend of ours, Noel, bought her a picture a couple of years ago, or bought her a clock with Phil Mitchell from EastEnders face on it. So I was like, I need to top it. We've been watching a good bit of this. There's some really great running gags that we've been. So I just thought it'd be fucking hilarious to get a handmade drawing of Paul. It's just so random. I was thinking it'd be fucking hilarious just to like tag him on Instagram.
Have you watched EastEnders, Perez?
I've seen it. I didn't think it didn't have me locked in. I've only seen the first episode or two.
Well, did you go all the way back to 1985?
Yeah, like I Googled it because it's like, isn't it like the longest running show in like English television?
No, that's Coronation Street.
Or Doctor Who. I thought it was Doctor Who. I think it's been fucking.
Have you a documentary you've probably seen, Andy? Is the 1970 is it 73 documentary about the Adam Curtis's Hell's Angels one, where the Hell's Angels they go on they're all like English. It's funny because it goes to show like even back in the day when like even though they're fucking lunatics, these Hell's Angels lads, they still spoke very proper English when they were on the camera, and they were like, well, you know, some people they call me Mad John, you know, and Adam Curtis has re-edited the footage, and it's like, Mad John has little or no time for his children, but he spends all his affection on his half-crazed Alsatian. He is called Hitler, you know. And then
English
the
Hell's Angels just sound like it's not the same proposition as like American ones.
Yeah, but like they were fucking nutters. Like, well, you know, you have a lot of people going around with the patches, and we're the only one who are really able to wear the official patch. So if we catch you wearing our patches, you know, we'll deal with you.
Well,
go up some stairs, they can't get you.
Toronto were responsible for shipping all sorts of opiates down into America, and then they got that pipeline cut off.
Oh yeah,
it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. They got caught. I don't know. I've never been up to Toronto. Have you guys ever been up there?
No, never.
No,
Toronto, did you say?
Yeah, Toronto.
Love to go.
Yeah, I've never been up to Canada at all, like ever. But
you're only over the water from them, aren't you?
I'm about 6 hours away from Montreal, where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I suppose it's a bit like whenever it's close by, you're like, I can go anytime, like.
Yeah, you're right.
So how's life over in the States? You enjoying the crack?
Yeah, I mean, I've got no complaints right now. I talked to Cowboy about what we spoke to the other day, Martin, and he said he was like in like Flynn, but he hasn't committed 110% to July 10th through the 24th. So, I mean, he just says like, I'm down for whatever, but I got a little bit more work to do to send over to him. And then the other cameraman, I talked to that dude, Sam and Eli, and they're both in. So it looks like July 10th through 24th might be the next time you have two of the Hardy Bucks on the same screen together with this beautiful round face of mine. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe Andy Wallace might come over for a look.
Andy Wallace
is in.
My real name's not Jared Lushner. I wish my real name was Jared Lushner, but unfortunately,
got you.
It's a sweet name, to be fair.
It is.
Jared,
I knew it wasn't your real name. I thought it was genius coming up with Lushner instead of Kushner, though. Where was that dude, David, that was just on here? Where is he a teacher? That man is smart.
Dublin. Here, do you want to see the progress with Paul Champlina?
I do.
Wow. It's getting there, man.
Yeah, if I'd have had a teacher like David, I wouldn't be such a thick cunt.
Yeah. He's spoken and he knows what he's talking about, so it's good. Well, you're a man of many talents, huh?
Yeah, I know. It'd be fucking nice to make a few quid out of them, mate. You know what I mean?
Should we buy HardyBucksMerch.com and then you can sell paintings and drawings up there?
No, I think it's like leave the Hardy Bucks be, man. You know, it's I just think fucking have my own fucking stuff going on. Yeah, but I'm thinking, you know, my sister was the first. My sister Tricia was the first of us to get into acting, and then Lisa, my other sister, did it. And then I started, we were all kind of talented in that respect. And my younger sister got more into kind of like business, accountancy, but definitely the three older ones of us, we all kind of gravitated towards the arts. Let's say.
Are you good at drawing or any of the arts, as you say?
Yeah, I mean, like, each one, like my elder sister's she's really kind of rubbing shoulders some serious names in the art world in England now.
Oh yeah,
but she's a fantastic artist. For pleasure.
That's awesome.
And if you can check her out, Spring Sunshine 21 on Instagram, you can see some of her work up yonder.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, I just found out I'm still somehow eligible for California unemployment insurance.
Sweet, man.
Every bit of this stimulus check is going to us to film, so it's good news.
I'll say. Yeah, it'd be nice just to do some bit of fucking project.
Yeah, I mean, and I looked up that city there, the one that started Jeepers. Yeah, I looked into it. It's very interesting up there.
Yeah, they've actually moved the whole city brick by brick.
Yeah, I started reading that. It was very interesting stuff. So that I think we should definitely go up there, and get to talking. So we'll see what happens here. And I just have to make sure everybody's passport's up to date. And Cowboy was like, they're not stopping me from getting over to see the lovely Martin Maloney. No cunt in this country could stop me. I was dying laughing the way he was saying it.
What kind of paperwork is that guy?
No, he's not. He had a good time last time he was over. Fuck the driving license.
He's never had insurance or a driving license. It's fucking brilliant.
It's and the great thing is he doesn't give a fuck either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he seems very just straight up. Like, I don't give a damn. I don't give a wank.
See, the brilliant thing is about the law, right? It's kind of like homework. It's like once you're just like, nah, I'm actually not going to obey your rules. I'm going to politely refuse. And then it's just like, well, let's say if you I think stateside is also a merchant of not having any license. And like he's been stopped and, told not to be driving, but he's like, I'm going to keep fucking driving and no one's going to stop me. And like they can keep stopping you when they see you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a bang on impression, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a lot worse.
What does he do to make money to live?
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
You wouldn't know, man. You wouldn't know. I don't want to know.
I wrestle bears.
People pay him to stay away.
It's protection money.
Does he live in Sweden or where was he? In that
stateside.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't. He fucking lives in Ireland, man.
Oh, because you had that video there on your YouTube page.
Yeah, that was when he came to. For anyone who hasn't seen the video yet, you should check it out. It's those two videos were done at the same time. And I actually left halfway during his stay because Andy. I went over to see Andy and Reese at the Reading Festival because we were supposed to be going backstage with the Libertines, but then Andy had a bit of beef with Carl's sister at the time because he missed a rehearsal because he was in Denmark.
Oh.
And so it didn't happen, unfortunately. But so I actually left to go to Reading while he was over here on holiday. It's funny, my ex-wife's friend Emily met him in the off license without realizing who it was. She was like, "Oh my God, I met this really strange guy wearing a cowboy hat. I think he was from Ireland." And the time was like, "Oh yeah, that's stateside from the Hardy Boys." She was like, "What?"
Wow, what a creature he is.
Yeah, he's out of this world, man. He's Dane Bowers on another level.
Are you guys excited for WrestleMania tonight?
Had no idea it was on, mate.
I figured, your cousin there, Sheamus, is fighting tonight, so I figured you might know.
I lost interest in it when I found out it was fake.
So back in 1989.
Yeah. No, I used to enjoy watching a bit of wrestling, to be fair. That was always something I was like, I'd love to be a fucking pro wrestler, man. It'd be great crack. Fair play to Sheamus, man. He actually did it.
Yeah, he's a big boy, too. Like, he is a monster.
Yeah, I think he's 6'4".
Jeez, that's what I said. Has anybody ever seen Martin Maloney and Sheamus in the same room?
No. But I have spoken to him once. I met Ray Senior, his manager, there a couple of years ago with the Culminator from California. And I remember looking at myself on the front camera, looking really rough, and he looked fucking fresh. And he's like, "All right, fella." and then I was really looking forward to having a good chat with him, and the fucking battery ran out there, and I was like, typical.
Damn, that stinks. Sorry, bud. No, I only get into wrestling like once a year before WrestleMania because the whole spectacle of it is amazing, and now they're letting fans back in tonight. So it's a
nice. Where is it going to be in Texas?
No, it's in Tampa Bay, Florida, at Raymond James Stadium where Tom Brady plays. So
yeah, I think fucking I heard Fauci was nearly in fucking tears when he found out that shit had worked out well in Florida and Texas.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews there. So, like sometimes he's pissed, other times he's happy. No man has had a faster glow up than that guy, though.
Well, I think this is the thing with those lads. They've got a taste of the fucking spotlight. You know what I mean? It's like these like no one had fucking heard of Luke O'Neill and Tony Houlihan really before this happened, and then they became celebrities, and I think once this is all fucked off, it's gonna be like, yeah, lads, I remember that was a really fucking depressing time of life. Yeah, can you fuck off now, please, and do not return? They're like, no, but there's gonna be more viruses. Like, fuck off.
I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
these wet markets, they got to do something about that.
Well, they gotta get like a J cloth and give it a good dry. Throw a few towels into the mix.
Haven't they found some new CJD in where is it in Canada? Brunswick, New Brunswick? Is that in Canada?
It is in Canada, but what did they find there?
A new strain of like CJD, like mad cow disease. They found like 40 people have been killed with it. They don't know what it is. They're just looking into it now.
Jeez,
it's pretty fucking terrifying.
I mean, I sent Martin an article about how some experts are saying. You remember how they had the roaring?
Is it as terrifying as this?
Nothing is as terrifying as that.
That looks like the fucking clown from Spawn. That's what the guy looks like.
Spawn. Yeah, it does. You're right. I haven't seen that in years.
What a film.
Spawn.
It's like when they just figured out how to do special effects on Windows 95.
Vegan Programmer said this. It's a great idea for an episode of Hardy Books. Durkin trying out WWE, but actually hitting people, etc., because he didn't realize it was fake.
Jeez.
That would be a good episode. Like, have you seen You Can't Kill David Arquette? That documentary he's done.
Yeah.
So good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Fucking loved it, man.
He was in, he was the WCW world champion there in the late 90s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, David Arquette. He started getting involved in WCW, and they ended up putting the title on him. After, like, the NWO shit had, like, kind of settled down, WCW was looking for, like, a new thing to do, and they thought it would be a good idea. Vince Russo put the belt on David Arquette. Even though at the time his wife was a way bigger star than him, or she still is, but it was just weird. It was kind of made a mockery of the whole wrestling business. Though that's not that hard.
Is David Arquette? He was married to Courtney Cox, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette's brother.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they had kids or anything.
She was tasty, wasn't she? Old Courtney.
Yeah, she was a good-looking broad before she had all that facial surgery.
Yeah, you should look.
Ace Ventura, like, I definitely would have back then. That was her peak.
Yeah. At the early seasons of Friends, she looked good too, though. But that was probably about the same time as Ace Ventura. Now that I think about it, or maybe a little before. I don't know. But
I think it was '95. Friends kicked off. As far as my Rain Man memory recall of dates and TV shows serves me.
It sounds about right. You can't let anybody ever say Martin Maloney is not an intelligent man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, my uncle used to call me you fucking donkey enough times. I was called a thick cunt a good few times in my formative years.
Yeah. Well, if Friends came out in 1995, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls came out that year, and the first one came out in '94. So, yeah, that's when she was looking good.
Yeah, I'm on her IMDb now.
Yeah, she had another show after that where she was like a suburban housewife. Drink wine. Yeah, Cougar Town. She was just drinking wine the whole time, and her face looked very plasticky.
Tell you, that's a fucking town I wouldn't mind going to.
Right?
You're not wrong.
No, you are not wrong. Did you guys see these? You guys get these in Europe? These wonderful the psilocybin bars.
No,
fuck off.
Yeah, it's a mushroom bar.
You'll have to send a few of them over to me.
Martin, I have told you a gazillion times. Just text me your address and I'll send stuff over.
Yeah, I'll write it down here in the comment section.
She was in Masters of the Universe.
She was with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I forgot.
Really?
Funny enough, I was out in Dolph Lundgren's neck of the woods where he was born. Funny enough, when I said neck of the woods, I was actually looking at Paul Champlini's neck.
That's a very strange comment.
Paul Champlina. There's only one on Paul Champlina.
What do you guys think about Rick and Morty? Are you fans of the show?
Yeah, it's great, man. The first few seasons.
New season's coming out. I got the Rick and Morty bowl, see? And I got a little micro bong upstairs, too. I'm big fan. I think it's good.
Andy, you're the one that first told me about Rick and Morty, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, though. It's really a smart show. But whatever. Oh, let's show the MILF is out there, boys.
Is she out there? Let's have a look. Show us the MILF.
Let me see if we can see her. Is anyone? Oh, the family's. No, she's gone. She was through those trees right there.
It's outside.
Yeah, family's out there, though, so we don't want to go out. My dad's out there with one of his Dominican cousins who was born like 3/4 deaf, so the man just yells nonstop.
There's a lot going on out there.
I can't be having that in my life right now. But it is a beautiful day, lads.
Oh man, I'm fucking jealous that you got proper dimensions in the weather front over there. Whatever that means.
In Stockholm, it's cold. Yeah, it's double the temperature here.
Yeah.
39.
What's it like in Ireland at the moment?
In Sligo, it's 37.
It says sunny down in Wexford.
It's just about freezing in Sligo. But yeah, it's beautiful. So we'll see. I found out my neighbor's got a heated driveway, so they don't have to shovel snow anymore.
Nice.
It's crazy though.
Did you see that video of the double murder where they were shoveling snow and the guy shot his neighbors?
Where was this?
Out in Pennsylvania.
Shit, no, I didn't hear about that. Doesn't surprise me though.
Pretty disturbing. Because he comes out, because they're telling him he's a pussy, you're a pussy, you're a pussy. He just goes in his house, comes back with a handgun, and they're still fucking shouting at him, calling him a pussy, and he's standing there with a gun, and he shoots the guy. He must have just caught him in the neck or something. The guy runs off, and he shoots the woman, and she goes to the ground. He puts the gun to her head and says something like, "Oh, you should have kept your fucking mouth shut," or something like that. Shoots her in the head, and she's still moving around after he shot her in the head. That's the worst part of it. Then he goes over, finishes the guy. I think he goes over, finishes the guy off, and then goes back inside and gets a fucking assault rifle, an AR-15, and then gives her another couple in the head, and then walks over to the guy and goes, "Fucking pussy, huh?" and then shoots him. It's like, what the hell?
Where did you see this? It's like
WhatsApp, man. People send me these fucking things.
But who was filming it, though?
It was a driveway cam. There's a cam on their driveway that detects it's there for burglars or probably.
Oh, the MILF. Look.
Let's have a look.
Oh, never mind. She heard me say
False
that.
alarm. You can't sound the MILF alarm and then just take it away like that.
It's there. You see in the distance.
Yeah,
That's very
make her-
pixelated.
She's fairly pixelated.
Yeah. The problem is I said, "Oh my God, the MILF," and then she immediately went and turned her head to the right and heard me say that.
Yeah, you did say it kind of loud.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. I'm also a little deaf myself, so yeah, I gotta keep that on the low though. But she's an attractive woman, I'll tell you. Like to get those digits, but anyways,
Have you been to Reno?
I've not. I've been trying to get out to Reno. Like when the pandemic started, a bunch of celebrities, everybody went up to Tahoe because it's beautiful, and and why not? If you don't have to go to work, go up to Tahoe. So all the Airbnb prices went up through the roof. But no, I've never been out to Lake Tahoe, but that's the next place I'm gonna go.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get after I come back from Sweden. We're gonna go out there. Is probably the way, because I got to save every penny. I know Martin's gonna eat me out of house and trailer that I'm living in over there.
Yeah, I'm right.
I gotta save some cash. But we'll see what happens, though. No, but I'd like to get out there. It was beautiful. A couple of weeks ago, they did like NHL does the stadium series, and the Bruins and the Flyers played outside next to Tahoe, and the sun was setting and stuff, and it looked gorgeous, like really, really gorgeous. So, I'd like to get out there.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be going to Reno with some friends, but I don't know if the flight will. It's the end of flights, end of May, beginning of 6th of June, I think it is. But whether it will happen or not, I don't know.
It's not too far from where I'm living. It's probably like 7 hours or so from where I live in California. Who knows? Maybe I'll be in the neighborhood, Mr.
Yeah,
Lush, and we'll get all lushed up.
Yeah, man, we're driving up from San Fran, so not too far.
Yeah, that's a nice drive through the desert. Make sure your spare tire's full, because if you get stuck out there, oh Lord.
Death Valley, mate. You'll be fucking dead. Oh no, that's further south, is it Death Valley? It's the Sierra Nevada mountain range anyway. I don't know if we'll go through Death Valley, probably not. But
No,
yeah, you
Death
don't want to break
Valley's
down in Death Valley.
south. Death Valley's down south. My brother wants to get on the stream here, Martin, but he's a...
Bring them on, man.
Yeah, more the merrier.
Let me see how... Where is it? He doesn't even have... You got to sign in. He doesn't even know how to comment on YouTube. He's watching us, though, and I'm chatting shit. All right,
Yeah, just time to follow that link.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Did you just post it back in the YouTube chat?
Sure did.
Thank you, because I was just scrolling up. Jeez, where is it? There it is. He's going to be a little bit wild. I'm just so you know, Martin, if you think I talk a lot, the brother talks way more than me.
Older or younger?
Perfect.
He's younger. He's 1990. I'm 85, so.
Good stuff.
We'll see what he has to say. I sent him the link. He's not the most technologically savvy lad in the world, though. So
neither am I.
Say again.
Neither am I, mate.
No, you've got it going on. You're a little bit too hard on yourself, man. Speaking of which, how's Uncle Mick?
I haven't heard of him for ages.
Oh, we should reach out to that guy. Sneaky.
Yeah. Is the progress with Champolina?
That's good though. That is good. It does look like the clown from.
Yeah, but it's going to get worse before it gets bad.
Well, no, I'm gonna put you on mute here so I can.
Right, your brother's in here.
Oh,
he looks exactly. He's like a streamlined version of Chris.
yeah, he's a little shorter.
How's it going? What's your name, mate?
Dude, you guys live in Ireland and you speak English. I live in America and speak English, but y'all accents are like wild.
Yeah, where are you? Are you up in Boston as well?
Yes.
Boston.
New Hampshire. Well, New Hampshire, really. So it's like a little bit different.
The home of Extreme and Aerosmith and probably the band Boston.
Boston band, yeah, 100%.
Do people say, do you like Emma?
This dude is the Hardy Bucks dude. He's wild, dude. He's mad funny. The best line in the whole show is you and Busby yelling, and he goes, "You can go your own way like Fleetwood Mac," and you walk each other. It's the funniest line.
Go on, do a few push-ups there. How would you like that?
The funniest line, Martin. Who wrote the lines from the AA meeting when you're like at the end of a long week when the barman knows exactly what you want?
Oh, that's just me.
That was
Talking from
you?
the heart, mate.
That was so funny.
Do you like? We live in New England, so we say wicked. Do you guys in Ireland? Do you like guys say like brilliant? How like the English people say brilliant or no?
Well, a lot of people would have said wicked back in the day,
No,
especially
but
in England.
you say like that's brilliant, like how the English people in England say brilliant.
Don't know,
That's
probably
like
awesome
brilliant,
or yeah. There used to be a thing back in the 90s and the 80s called brill. that's brill.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't hear that as much these days though. It's
Fantastic's a good one. I use fantastic quite a bit.
That's fantastic.
Listen to them talk. They have like the Irish accent. It's hilarious.
I don't know.
And-
What I said.
No, Andy's pure, straight out of London, mate, innit? East
In
London.
it, Christopher. Do we say in it, Christopher? We don't say in it. You would say, I don't even know how to explain it, but we would say in it. That's like you guys speak proper English, but in it is not proper English.
I disagree.
What would you ever hear anyone saying? Give me drug, purple haze, give me chocolate, get high all the time. I smoke that good shit.
Purple haze. What's that? Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
No, that was an extract there from Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
Get 50 Cent. 50 Cent. Yeah. Well, 50 Cent. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, good old Fiddy. What was the deal with him and Money Mayweather? Like they had a bit of a falling out there.
They just make fun of
Say it again. Say his name again. Say Floyd Mayweather's name again. Say money again.
Money Mayweather.
Oh, yeah, that's so weird.
So, yo, Mooney, not money, right?
Yeah, Mooney. He's on the James Mooney Express.
But you're from Ireland, but you live in like Stockholm, right?
Yeah, well, I was actually I have a kind of a half Irish English accent. I have a kind of quasi Liverpool Irish hybrid going on, and because I was living over here for so long and people couldn't understand me, I had to make myself sound all posh. So they're like, "What do you say? I don't understand what you mean, man. It's a really crazy accent you have there."
Yeah,
So,
well, yeah, I definitely have a
sound
crazy
like
accent. I live in New England. I got the wicked harsh, like not as bad as like the people who live in actual Boston, but like I live in like the Boston accent, but like people who live in like Southern America, not South America, but I mean like Mississippi, Alabama, Southern,
Arkansas.
the South of America is terrible.
I don't know. I quite like the idea of a lot of these people who live in these small towns, man. In America, they just fucking drive around on ATV buggies all day and fucking.
You guys get bad snow? You guys get like a lot of snow?
Not that much in recent years, but there was a pretty decent amount of snow this year compared to.
My brother's not talking. He's literally sitting there with his UMass sweatshirt on. But I'm trying to think, like, I get colder weather than you do. But you're closer, you're like further north than I am. But I know the wind streams work that in New England we get colder weather than Ireland does.
Yeah, because there's the Gulf Stream. It's like the Gulf Stream kind of. Well, I mean, it's still cold and wet. You know, it's not like it's certainly not tropical weather
it's not like Mexico, but it's not.
See, where we are, it's where cold air meets hot air, so we just get wet air all the time.
You in Ireland right now, or are you in Stockholm?
I'm in Stockholm now.
And what's like the temperature there right now?
Today was warm. I'd say it was probably about
degrees there.
30?
37 in Stockholm right now.
That's cold. I'm in New Hampshire, New England, United States. It's like 64.
70 in Methuen, bro. 75.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like so. Stockholm is Sweden is way colder, huh?
Yeah. Very hot.
Hey, yo, Martin.
Yeah.
Can you speak like the Swedish language?
Ja, jag kan tala svenska nästan flytande faktiskt.
Yeah, I don't know the fucking word you just said, but it's good for you. That's
I can speak Swedish, but I have days where I'm just trying to talk to people in Swedish, going, "What the hell am I saying?"
Dude, can the people in Sweden speak English?
Yeah.
Like everybody does, Martin?
Yeah, pretty much everybody.
And Martin, so you've heard all the different English people, like I speak English, you speak English, people in England speak England, people in Canada speak English, people in South Africa speak English, people in Australia speak English. Who speaks the worst English?
I'd say probably some people in England.
yeah, for sure.
Like if you've ever gone up to Cumbria, which is in the Lake District. It's if you've been like the Black Country there in near Birmingham, they'll be like, they talk like that sometimes, mate. And I don't even Cumbria. If you're up at Cumbria, they talk a bit like Newcastle or somewhere up north like that. It's sometimes very difficult to understand what they're saying. And you got people from Wales as well, and sometimes some people from sometimes the Welsh actually speak their own language there.
And so fill me in. So the Irish, Northern Ireland, Wales, in Scotland, in England, you all have different accents.
Yeah, I mean, like Ireland is one of them places where it's really small, but yet you will hear like go up to Belfast, some up north of Belfast or something. They speak like that. They're when you go down to Cork, which is on the other side of the country, north to south is a big difference.
Well, the way where I'm from, the way we talk is we would say park. You know what I'm saying?
Where am I gonna park my car?
Eric, Martin can do like accents from basically any speaking part of the world, and he does them well.
So, Christopher, explain to him what we've talked about. Who speaks the worst English?
Are the people in the bayous of Louisiana?
Yeah, Louisiana, Mississippi, South. Like I'm saying, Southern America, but not like South America, like Southern United States. Worst
Isn't it kind of Creole they speak down there? It's like kind of a mix.
Yeah, like Jamaicans. Yeah, Jamaicans they speak English, but it's brutal.
Yeah, man. I was out in Jamaica a couple of years ago, and it's funny. Like they had this. We were at Dunn's Falls, and I was woefully hungover after hanging out with this lad from Cork, who was also on his honeymoon.
Jared, you in Hardy Bucks or no?
Eric, you can't interrupt the host of the show, bro.
Oh, that's cool, man. It's called G from Diego to the Bay.
Is Jared in Hardy Bucks or no?
I have done
he is. Yeah, he's had a nice little cameo.
Had a couple of cameos.
In what part? I've seen all 4 seasons. When would I have seen him?
The music festival.
Oh, you were at.
He was the Pete Doherty lad playing the acoustic guitar, and someone throws a can at him.
Which actually happened. Someone actually launched a fucking can at my head.
So I got a question. The first episode of Hardy Bucks, you play Chuck Norris. So in Ireland and shit, you watch like American like television.
Yeah.
I have to apologize for my brother. He doesn't get out of his like 20 square miles.
We don't get out of like the literally the 50 miles I live in. I don't travel past, so I'm pretty grounded here.
No, but I totally get it. It's you can actually hold the screen to your face.
I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah, because I've been drawing this dude here. Look, I've been drawing Paul Champlina, who's.
They're hearing you talk, and they're like, "You speak better English than us," and I'm like, "Dude, you speak more proper English than I do."
I'm definitely very proper.
That thing is awesome, Martin.
Yeah, you need. I was after my daughter today. I asked her because she run the vacuum cleaner around the house, and I gave her one job, and then I came into the living room, and I was like, she goes, "What's this?" And just points to some brown liquid on the floor, and I was like, "I don't know, but it's just vacuum clean it up then," because it was only a small bit. And then it turned out before that, and then I come in a few minutes later and I can smell what smells like electrical smoke. And there's just bubbles coming out the back of the vacuum cleaner. And I was like, what the hell's up with the vacuum cleaner? And then my son said that she'd sucked up an entire glass full of water into the vacuum cleaner. So then lucky enough I have two. It's the first time I found myself having two vacuum cleaners in one house. So I actually had to vacuum clean the other vacuum cleaner inside.
Don't take this the wrong way, but like it's just funny to me that you say the vacuum cleaner, not.
I was gonna say the Hoover, but like, you know, the Hoover is like a generic. It's a generification of a brand name,
right?
So I thought, what would you use? How would you say it in the States?
Vacuum.
Vacuum.
Oh, vacuum.
Yeah. You're saying it like all like draw it out. You're saying like the vacuum cleaner. It's just vacuum.
All right. I'm saying it all proper.
Yeah, you're using all the syllables and saying the whole world. It's just like in the States we just say it quick.
Yeah. Is in hey, let's go. Time is money. We can't be
time is money.
Hairs.
I love how my brother has got his oratory degree.
No, I'm just, Christopher, dude.
No, I like his curious spirit.
Your TV show Hardy Bucks is incredible. I think more people in America need to watch it because in America a lot of people watch Trailer Park Boys from Canada. Your show is way better than that.
You know what? I got a message from Bubbles there last week going, "Yo, Maloney, is this your number?" And I was like, "It is indeed."
Really?
Yeah, I haven't heard back from him since.
Wow. But anyway, your show is better, but in the States, people in the States are very ignorant and they only want to watch shit made by Americans. So it's kind of bullshit. But like you said, where you don't live in the States and you guys watch shit that we produce. More people need to watch what you do, and I'm telling you, your show is incredible. The only bad thing about your show is it's like the seasons are only 4, 5, 6 episodes. You need to have 20 episodes per season, and it would be so good.
Oh mate, fucking that RTE wouldn't. If you'd seen the shit that RTE would rather pay for.
The first time I watched it, I had to put the subtitles on because you speak English, I speak English, but not the same way that I speak English. So you speak. You talk different, so I had to understand really what you were saying. But once I figured out how you talk and I watched it, you guys are hilarious. But Buzz's accent, whatever his real name is, I don't know what his real name is, but Buzz's accent is way thicker and way harder to understand than you.
Yeah, it's a difficult. I mean, I can imagine like there's people over here in Sweden who I've told like, oh, I have a show in Ireland and they're like, yeah, I watched your show, man. I couldn't understand shit. Like, I really don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I mean, it's just like you're like
it's not because you're talking your natural language and you talk fast. Like I talk fast to the people that I hang out with.
Put the camera in front of you, Eric. No one wants to see your ear.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. But
I'm cut up because I'm taking up all too much time talking way too
much.
No,
you're all right, man. I'm enjoying the
jumping off.
Enjoying the crack with you.
Jared here has literally just been sitting there with a smile on his face. I haven't heard him say a word.
Taking it all in.
And so where are you at, Jared? What country?
I'm in Ireland. I'm in Wexford.
And Northern Ireland is a different place.
Yeah, it is. That is a different place. That is part of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, they're part of the United Kingdom, and Ireland is not, right? You guys be beefing.
You got it. There's no beef. I mean, there's a. I mean, there probably is. It's kicking off now at the moment.
I saw that they were throwing fire bombs. Not last night, the night before last.
Yeah. Over
the wall where it said like something. There's no bad peace and there's no good war or whatever. On that enclave in Belfast, they were lighting it up. And they burned a police car.
I got a question. In Ireland and in Stockholm, like how do they view like smoking?
Smoking what?
Is it like I feel like
cigarettes or weed, Eric? What are you talking about?
Is smoking bad in like Europe or no?
Smoking what? Weed or tobacco?
Cigarettes.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of cigarette smokers in Ireland, but over here you have a thing called snooze, which is like dip. So I'm on them at the moment. I think apparently someone says that if you have one box of snooze a week, it's like smoking 10 packets of cigarettes. I'll have a box of these fuckers a day, man. So I'm constantly jacked on nicotine. I don't know how this happened, but it just did.
Well, I've kind of am constantly always smoking these puff bars now, so like.
You want me to sign? I'm gonna smoke a cigarette right now. You want me to sign off?
Nah, you're all right, man. You can. Yeah, you're very welcome to the
Martin,
chat.
you're the man because you answer every question I have. Jared, nice dude. I haven't heard you say a word besides you live in Ireland and you just smile, so you're definitely a good dude.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What did you start drinking, Eric? What time did you start drinking?
What time did I start drinking? I haven't been drinking. I was sleeping for like 7 hours, and then I called you about Game of Thrones, and you didn't want to answer. You guys watch Game of Thrones over in Europe?
I had a couple of auditions for it. Didn't get it though. Didn't get any. I could have. You know, it would have been nice.
Martin, what like American TV shows influenced you?
I don't know, man. Off the top of my head,
like Seinfeld.
He loves The Sopranos, Eric.
Oh, Sopranos, man. Yeah, definitely fucking one of my favorites of all time.
But Sopranos has nothing to do with Hardy Bucks. No offense.
Actually, yeah, I know it's not, but there's a. You know what? It's very similar in other ways because a lot of I based a lot of. If you look at the Christmas special of Hardy Bucks, when the Boo has those white bits in his hair, I based a lot of the Boo on Paulie Walnuts.
All right, and then for me and my brother,
I see it, Mark.
Who's Boo's brother that lives in Canada? Maple syrup.
What?
Who?
Boo's brother. Not Boo's brother. Who's the dude that? Who's the guy that you need to take him off the liquor?
French Toast.
Oh, yeah.
French Toast. What's his brother that lives in Canada? Is Maple Syrup, right? He's in one episode. When you guys take him off the drink, his mother and they call it. Call his mom and his brother. What's his name?
It's not Pot Roast.
Pot Roast O'Toole.
No, Pot Roast O'Toole is the dude that your uncle ties up in the shed where
Alexis.
Oh, that's Alexis.
Yeah.
What's Alexis like in real life, Martin?
Funny as fuck, man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
So he's
and then Cowboy is from Ireland.
Yeah.
From Ireland.
He tries to talk like an American, and it's awesome. He's Ireland. He wears like American flag hats and shit. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's a funny.
9/11, Martin. We will never forget.
The day the eagle cried. But I actually did see a guy
Hardy Bucks. I'm telling you, Hardy Bucks is fucking great. Like me as a viewer, I watch up. Like Christopher got me into the English shows. I'm just started watching the IT crowd.
Yeah,
it's good,
yeah,
but it's
so
not
good.
your show. Your show is way better than the IT crowd.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Chris O'Dowd a couple of years ago. And,
who's that?
The guy from
Roy, is it his name?
Oh yeah.
Right,
but I kind of lost touch with him a bit. I suppose he was very busy with all his. But I was hanging out with him.
They say he's from Ireland. Is he really from Ireland, or?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's actually from the next county to us in Ireland.
Did you watch that show he did, Martin? The about growing up, where he's the imaginary friend. What the fuck's it called?
I had an audition for that and fucking.
So you guys like like James Gordon or Corden?
Oh, no,
James Gordon's a cunt.
He's the worst.
100%. That dude sucks. I hate him. I live in America. He's big in America right now, and he sucks. He's terrible.
I can't even for the life of me understand how the fuck that man became so bloody
famous. Like, dude, he's a joke. Like, I'm a joke, but he's more of a joke than me.
Mate, I'd rather you on fucking TV presenting the show than him. You know what I mean?
He's terrible. He's terrible. He's awful.
He's a hideous chode of a man.
Like, what's his name? Who came over from England is fucking like Simon Cowell, dude. He sucks.
Simon Cowell.
I'm trying to think of like who else is like.
I'm concerned that my brother still seems to think that England and Ireland are the same place.
No, but no,
once he gets his head around accent, then we'll move on to the trouble.
That's right, Jared. That's right.
Similar accent, but Ireland is not a part of the United Kingdom. Ireland is its own fucking place. Rep it just like United States, its own fucking place.
That's right.
Yeah.
But these you don't see too many famous like Irish people in America because Ireland is a small country. So, like, no offense, it's a small place.
Yeah.
There's not It's wicked beautiful, but it's not a big.
No offense. No offense about the size of your country, lads.
It's not the size, it's what you do with it.
Is Ireland bigger than New England? Is Ireland bigger than New England?
I'd say probably the same.
Yeah, I'd say it's very similar. Jared, what's your Instagram?
I'm not on Instagram or
Oh,
Twitter. I deleted all my social networks.
Jared,
I don't know.
Jared, you always smile and you mad good dude, but you need to get on Instagram, bro. That's where it's at.
You're mad
What's
good.
going on?
Don't get on TikTok. That's for the fucking youngins that are stupid, that are just retarded.
What
I
about
shouldn't say that word.
Snapchat?
Snapchat's cool if you're gonna send someone a snap. It's cool, but like I don't watch like the.
Is it just pictures of their junk still, or is it a proper social network? What's the deal with it? Is it...
A lot of dick pics.
Oh
Right.
no, yeah, the dick pics was Snapchat when it first came out. It's all dick pics and ass pics and tit pics, but they cleaned it up.
Well, I'm not going on there then. You can keep that.
Good man, good man. So, Jared, you use any social networking?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. All right, WhatsApp. You can connect with anyone in the world.
There you go. That's all you need. People you want to connect
WhatsApp
with.
WhatsApp is literally a cell phone for
Just
anyone who wants to talk to
messaging
you.
service. It's not really a social media app.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it's literally just it's like an app that's like it's literally just a text app. If you want to text somebody that lives in a different country, get WhatsApp.
What am I on? No, I'm not on anything. It's
That's smart. You're a good man, dude. Stay fucking 1990s, bro.
exactly. I'm old school.
Martin, what role was it that you read for when you auditioned on Game of Thrones?
The Titans bastard, and another one.
That's one of the fucking what's his name? Dario Naharis' dude.
Well, then
What?
you'd have to.
And they filmed that shit in Ireland. A lot of it, right?
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah.
A lot of in Northern Ireland. I don't know about actual Ireland.
So hold on, you're in Stockholm. What's better looking, Ireland or Sweden?
I'd say Ireland, but Sweden's got its own. It's more alpine up here in Sweden. There's some beautiful parts of Sweden as well.
So I was watching the show on HBO. It's called like Bear Town. It's like about a hockey team, and they were speaking in Swedish. And I had the subtitles on in English, and I could read it, but just listening to the words they say, dude, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
A foreign language didn't make sense. No way.
Well, no, but Martin, you said a couple words in Swedish earlier, and it's just like it's worse than like Spanish. I can kind of understand. Italian, I can kind of understand. Swedish, like it's just way different.
Oh, different words, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one to learn, to be honest. Swedish.
How old were you when you learned it? As a kid, or you had to pick it up?
I started when I was 21, but I'm still not that good at it, to be honest.
How old were you when you moved to Stockholm?
20.
Wow.
How old are you now?
38.
38, and it's still tough to pick up. Can you speak Spanish, Italian?
Porquito.
No, a little bit. A little bit, yeah. In America, where we live in America, there's a city right next to us that if you go to this place, it's in America, it's in the United States, but English is not the first language. Spanish is the first language.
Here we go.
You speak Espanol?
No habla español. All I can say is que lo que, but that's only for Dominicans, and Dominicans speak like junk of Spanish.
So you didn't pick up any of the is it your dad's side is Dominican?
Yeah, but but put it like this, the way they talk, it's like how we're talking English, and people who speak good English and bad English of all the different countries that speak English. The Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, when it comes to Spanish, where Spanish there's more countries speak Spanish than any other countries in the world. But the Dominican and Puerto Rican Spanish they speak is the trash of Spanish, and they speak so fast that it's really, really tough to understand what they say.
According to my friend Haman, Peru has the most beautiful Spanish.
Well, That could be true. Most people would say Spain. Like our father was born in the Dominican Republic, and our mother is American, but she is fluent in Spanish. But she speaks like Spanish from Spain. She doesn't speak Spanish from Dominican Republic. So it's like it's different. It's like me talking to someone from Mississippi. It's like we speak English, but it's like they sound like shit.
Mississippi boys.
Yeah, Mississippi is like in America. I love it. It's in America, but it's trash.
I love that it's in America.
Well, I'm American. The Olympics come around. Who you root for, Sweden or Ireland?
Oh, it'd be Ireland first.
Yeah, I root for America, but it doesn't mean all parts of America are good. But I still root for America.
Yeah.
As bad as that is to say, to the rest of the world, America is hated, but I can't control where I was born.
Is there a lot of
I'm having trouble with Paul Champlina here.
How's that eyebrow doing?
The eye. I've had to do the eye a few times.
Do you get a speech bubble going on there or something? Or?
I've served and noticed.
You guys like Conor McGregor?
He's all right, yeah.
So does he represent Ireland good, or are you guys in Ireland are like this guy's a
I think everyone's been fucking. I think a lot of people were on the bandwagon there for a bit, and then like he got a bit too big, and people were like, "Oh, sick," you know.
Yeah.
But still, you don't want him to. You kind of like the people are proud of what he's done. But I quite like the recent more contrite Conor McGregor. He's more victorious in defeat or in victory.
All right, so
I think he was
American music. What do you like? Like you quoted 50 Cent earlier. You like American hip hop rap?
I like the old West Coast stuff from the 90s, but I think the stuff nowadays.
So you like Tupac, you like Dr. Dre, NWA.
Yeah, all the funky stuff that from the 90s. Give me some of that thug, my passion, baby.
Wu-Tang Clan, he's great.
He's great.
And Jared, you got to start talking, my man, dude. You haven't said like 7 words the whole time. You on this live stream, and you just good dude. You just smiling, live in Ireland, but you just smiling.
Oh man, I've been on it for 3 hours now. I have to take a break in a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fly the coop myself. It's been emotional, geezers. It's been emotional.
All right.
Eric, really nice to talk to you, mate.
Christopher been trying to put me on one of these live streams for months. I'm so glad I could finally tap in. Martin, like I told you, we need to get more Irish content in America. And you, maybe not a Leonardo DiCaprio, but you would become like a JB Smooth type. You would be funny, and people would know who you were. And Jared, I guarantee you could be too, but you just gotta stop smiling and start talking.
That's it.
Or smile and talk at the same time. You'd be a true hit.
That's the key right there. No more smiling, straight talking. That's a lifestyle Eric abides to. Very rarely smiles and very rarely stops.
Yo, real talk. If you want to do Hardy Buck season 5 and throw Eric Perez from North Andover, Massachusetts in an episode, just let me know.
We could do this. But look, come here, guys. I'm gonna shoot because I'm about fucking 2 hours late for the woman. Yeah. But good. Thanks very much, Andy, for joining in. Dr. David, who's gone. Eric and Chrissy Perez, the 2 Perez brothers, the brothers Perez, as we'll call you. All the regulars in the live stream. Tell your mates to subscribe to the channel. Biatch. That drawn guy could talk Raoul Moot out of that situation. He'd serve my notice, guy. Look, Raoul, you've got the summons to get off this island in the middle of a pond, and the police might have a little word of you. But look, it's been great fun tonight. It's been real nice and low key. 3 hours and 13 seconds. But yeah, nice to see you all. Take care and have a very chilled out evening.
Yeah, it was so
good, guys. Much love.
Yeah, we'll get into the mix, and big thank you to all the the tippers as well. Appreciate that.
Subscribers, tippers, hell yeah. Moderators, hell yeah. You
Man gotta eat. Man's gotta eat. Right. I'll talk to you later on. Good night and good bless. Take care,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Guys,
Good
thank
one.
you.
Yo, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
We'll be on again